So, last time, you guys were able to enter into what you assume to be Solognir's vault. After making your way through many undead creations, both in the incorporeal fiery kinds and that of zombies and skeletons, you eventually reached quite the, you could say, lifeful and energetic final chamber with a large river running around it, a lot of moss and grass, and even a phone ringtone.
Sorry, Jesus.
Finding a stone platform atop a set of stairs leading 20 foot upwards. With three large stone tablets blocking view to some of the room, you came up here to see if you could find anything to go off of notes, items, or otherwise. You were able to spy another staircase leading off towards the north. However, coming up to here, you were accosted by a large dragon. Though it definitely seems like it's seen better days, the dragon's body is mostly kind of melting and molting to the floor. Though you can definitely see the distinctive hues of red and green across it, as well as missing its right forelimb. Engaging in the fight with this creature, you have come to calling it Solognir as the missing claw, would definitely put you towards that theory. However, dealing with this dragon supposed to be quite the difficult task. In a similar event to when you fought Al's father, she has been taking the brunt of the damage and has thus fallen in combat. Though, in dire contrast to the fight with her father, this dragon definitely seems to strike to kill, as another flurry of flames brought out the ground. With Al fallen out of her dragoneer form and now on the ground 20 foot below, the dragon has reared its body to look at everyone. Also during the fight, Drazenka and Zaire took quite a heavy heft of fire to them themselves, as well as Edwin. Though whilst Edwin stood, his allies fell, and only really known to Al and Edwin came upon a epiphany or divine intervention. With his outfit, as well as his knowledge, changing in an instant, he seemingly now is able to cast spells when for so long you've been traveling with him, he has not exactly been anti-spell, but being more a believer in calculus and physical form. And we ended off just as Al hit the deck and returning back to the dragon's turn. As Al will fall to the ground, the dragon will rear its head towards Zaire and charge at the Time Fencer.
Go on, you got it, I believe.
Are you doing your counter fingers or whatever?
It's still 5 feet away from me, so I can only
10 feet.
do a parry.
You can only
it's
do a parry.
so I can try to parry it.
I'm gonna give you a spear soon. Just hold in your offhand, poke back.
I can't hold anything in my offhand, otherwise I lose all my abilities.
Still tape it to your forehead so you can do that.
There you go. No bonuses.
Good start, guys.
That's-
Good start.
That's a start of the game.
Yep.
As you try and bat away its maw, it merely opens it wider and chomps down onto your wrist. As you'll take 26 damage.
Ouch.
And then it'll go to Zaire.
And I cannot stand anywhere where I can hit it, can I?
Correct.
Alright, well, that's what lunge is for. Open that up. Alright, I'm going to go... since it can hit me, I'm going to go into offhand balance mode.
Also looks like Jaster's screen hasn't updated to have the dragon move still next to him on his screen.
Lunge.
There we go. That was a weird update.
Okay, so it's going to be really hard for me to actually hit this guy. But I'm going to hope for crits on it. Well, actually, no, crits aren't going to actually work because I'm going to... there's an ability that I have never used before that takes up a lot of my points. Where even is it? Okay, so... I really don't want to do that. Okay, I'm just going to use 1 point. -1. And get an extra attack.
Maybe you don't have your Swift.
Oh. Why?
Because you parried.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so I can't do that. So. Okay, come on, come back from this. No temporal. Stupid natural 1. Go ahead. Hey! Oh, all of those have got the slow effect on it because I can do that with every attack I make.
Nice.
I will roll it real quick. Just so you can... It's a DC 20.
You swing out with your S-stock. However, the dragon merely moves its body around and you will miss.
Not even the second attack?
Which was a 19, no.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, that's part of my defenses being higher. Which it doesn't seem like it went up.
Is that it from Zion?
Yeah, that's it from him.
Drazenka.
Last round of whiteout starting now. Start with my Swift to give the blessing to Zyra and to AC. And... I'm just gonna take a 5-foot step back and throw another Blizzard at the Dragoner. And do I have faith left? Probably.
You haven't used that much of it, I don't think, in here.
I used some.
You used a
Yes,
bit,
some.
definitely.
Yeah, I blended up. It's fine. I use another point of faith to up the DC. The save. Oop.
Nice.
DCB 21, wouldn't it?
20.
Okay. The dragon is going to fly around and dodge a good chunk of that.
We need some will saves.
It is still damaged, though.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't have evasion, it's mostly fine.
Yeah, it's touch attacks we need.
I mean, maybe.
Oh no, I'm just saying that it could be either. As long as you're doing you're doing something. That's the
Well,
important
that's
thing.
like I don't remember how like Dragon or AC stacks if it's gonna help his dodge as well.
I think a lot of it's natural armor, but we'll find out.
Is that it from Drazenka?
Yep.
Edwin.
Okay. Just double checking. If I was there, yes. If I stood there, would that be within 50 feet of Al? Because it's 20 by 45. So let me double check. Where's me Pythag? There it is. $49 feet. Awesome. Could I stand there, or is that not possible?
Sure.
Awesome. I'm going to reach Metamagic, cast Raise on Al to allow it to be a close spell rather than touch.
So that'll end on the beginning of your, in your next turn, so we'll take another standard.
Ah, shit, yeah, 'cause it's,
4 round.
damn it.
Do you still have a swift action at all?
I do, which means I can use things like Close Wounds, or Blessing of the Faithful.
I was hoping I could get it to attacks because right now I can only hit on a natural 20. It
Okay.
might not make that much of an effect, but
Just double checking if there's anything else I could really do. It's not a terrible idea. Sure. Trying to get Al back up. The problem I've got there is, the thing is, you're going to come back with no health, and if it turns around and hits you again, you're going to die, right? Again.
essentially, yeah, she is.
We do need it back, so I'm going to have to do that, because there's no way I'm throwing a Phoenix down that far. Yep, I will Blessing of the Faithful on Zyron for attacks. That's me done.
Okay.
The dragon is going to full attack Zyron.
Get some of those parries out if you can.
Yeah, I guess I can try to parry every single one of them. It's only going to take one swift action, but I can do it as many times as I have dex.
Yeah, you might be a bit more of a tank in this one, if I'm going to be honest, than a stabber, but we'll see.
Let's see. Core.
He is attacking you 5 times.
I can parry 6 times, so that's cool. Hold on. I'm going to roll it once, so I can figure out what my full bonus is. Okay, parry is plus 20 total. So, a d20 plus 20. Copy. Oh. I don't. Cancel. I don't know what that's all about. Okay. I'm trying to paste. What? Oh. Oh, Control V, not Control P. Duh. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Okay. Send. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. None of those were that great.
Alright. You will parry the bite. Fumble miss. Or fumble just won't do anything.
Yeah.
You will parry both the wings. And the tail slap will miss you.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, no. Those should all
Really,
be too
if any of
higher.
those would work, it just means they just would have hit you because that's too low against your AC.
Yeah. Oh, so none of those would have hit me anyways. Yeah, that makes. I should actually just with my AC. It's probably not worth it to parry. Because
I mean, at
so,
max you get a 38 if it's not going to be a crit, so your AC is
Right.
currently 43.
yeah. So. Okay.
Zaire.
Now I know. All right. So again, same thing as last time, just a full attack. Lunge is still on. And I don't want to change my buffs right now, so I still get +2 to these, even though it's not in there. From Edwin. Okay, so roll that. Ugh, nope. None of those are gonna hit.
Good 5-foot step back and see if it follows you up to the edge, so you can then get right next to it next turn, next round.
I mean, I can try that. We'll see if that works. I'll do that.
It's a choice of do you want to draw it in so we can get at it or keep it there?
Yeah, well, at least
I mean,
it helps you too, so you don't have to, because you get penalties from launch, right?
yeah, I do get penalties from lunge.
So hopefully to get that into proper melee.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We'll see. It depends
We
on
could
how
dream.
intelligent this thing is and
It's a theory.
how enraged it currently is.
Drazenka.
Whiteout is gone, so that 20 temp HP is gone.
Mhm.
I'm gonna assume that was the
What you would,
HP that
10 posts first.
already
always.
lost.
There was some from Edwin. From like way earlier, from his Kuraja.
Oh,
That was 10.
Yeah, that would have been 10.
Yeah.
If you hadn't been hit, you would have still had that.
let's see. 26 is what I got hit for, so I'll take 4 off.
Did this attack bypass the DR?
Yeah, because they do have stone skin on you,
Yeah, we have
Oh.
stone skin.
and that's 5
Ah.
attacks.
No, I think you only hit once
The
when
first
it
one,
charged
yeah.
in, because it missed all of these.
I completely forgot about the DR10. Even though
I mean, it's
right
above
there
you.
That's what
Okay, so
exactly we are here for. Remember your buffs.
alright, so oh my god, my brain just died.
You got
Okay,
hit for
so-
26, so 16. You had 30 temp,
Yes.
so you should still have 10 temp because you lost the rest of it with whiteout.
Okay, so just my normal max is 69, so I'm below that anyways.
This is why it's always best to keep it another bar.
Yeah, that's why I keep mine
Yeah.
separate.
Well, there's so many different sources of it. It's just
But that also, like, one source goes, I don't have to do math of what I keep, I just lose one of it.
yeah,
And as long as I'm done one, I just tick it off. Anyway,
yeah.
at each their own.
All right, I think I'm all right for now.
Anything from Drazenka?
Yeah, just reminding Siren of his situation. Swift to keep the blessing on AC on Zyron. And honestly, just gonna keep blasting this guy with Blizzaga. I don't think anything good.
It's maybe a reach, but do you have anything like Searing Light at all?
No.
Damn.
I'm weird. That sounds like a white mage spell.
No, I don't know if some clerics get it or not.
I mean, I might. No, I only have access to like protection from like good and evil and stuff like that from cleric.
Okay, doke.
But
We
otherwise,
don't
it's
know what this.
black mage. I do have this one, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Um. That's a will save, so that might be interesting. But it's not enough, probably. I mean, I could try it. Because if it works, it's gonna be epic next round. Probably.
Maybe.
Sure, let's see what happens. I'm going to throw Imperial at her.
Nice. The
Or
changed
ice.
Imperial.
Yeah, I can now choose it to be ice specifically. So if it does get Imperial, then the second next round is gonna be bigger. And it is a will save and not an attack roll. And, I mean, I already rolled it, so never mind.
The dragon is going to fumble their save.
Very nice. We'd like to hear.
Imperial to ice, bitch! I'm sorry. I was way too excited about that.
Don't be sorry. We need that.
I think you're understating the level of excitement that's supposed to be. I don't know about. Somebody give me ice damage.
If only.
I could use real life ice, it's way too hot.
Mm.
For a move, I'm just gonna go ahead and. Cause I think that's a. Is it? Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do Ice Heart for myself to get a bit of DR, because I don't know how she'll react to that.
Yeah, I mean,
guess.
Stone Skin's not going to be around forever.
And if this guy bypasses Adamantine anyway,
Yeah,
doesn't really help much.
exactly. I feel like I wasted a few turns there, but we didn't know.
You're also saying both he and her.
It's a dragon. Oh, no, I don't fucking know.
I mean, is it Saloknir? I think Saloknir was described as a woman.
I think so. Yeah, you might be right.
But also, Jester has also called them he, so I don't know.
Yeah, with
It's just any pronouns for as long as.
it's fucking big,
Nothing is
skinny,
good.
undead, fire-breathing dragon. That's what it is.
Were you asking gender?
Was
Yeah,
Saloknir.
gender of Saloknir.
Yes.
They have a gender, that's nice.
That's good to know.
Yeah, female.
I was about to ask what are their pronouns then.
They.
Big, scaly, fiery.
I'm gone.
Dragon.
Yeah, that's me.
I was just double checking your Google Doc. You refer to them as no gender. You use they and their pronouns for them.
Yeah. No, I've not actually genderfied any of the dragons.
Well, as long as we don't gentrify the degree, it's fine. Edwin, you can spend your standard to finish the raise.
Yes, I will be doing that. The raise goes off. Sorry, I was just asking a question about something. So, Al, you are restored to 10.
You take 2 negative energy.
Yes, you take 2 negative energy levels and you're restored to 10 hit points.
I haven't even opened up my character sheet yet. It's my mistake.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
They won't.
I mean, we told you were gonna come back.
Yeah,
I know.
we warned you.
Hey, like I said, I've been sitting here eating snacks, watching this prevail.
You're a monster.
No, why is it all white? Come back. Oh, there we go.
As a swift, I am then going to cast. I've taken the MP off the thingy, and I'm going to cast Heal on them, which, because they're below half, it's empowered. It doesn't have a dice benefit, so that's not going to help you on that one. So you'd get 15 healing in addition. I have a move, I'm pretty sure.
Is it empowered, or does it have a different effect for half? Because
No,
empowered does affect things that don't have variables as well as static.
No, so with Healer's Blessing, it just says all cure spells are treated as if empowered, so it wouldn't work
So it doesn't
on that one. No, not on this one, but the next one will, because I do that. I'm just double checking the distance of Whiteout, which I don't think is really going to fucking help us here.
30 feet, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, ideally I want to get Drazenka in it, because you've got, how many of those you got left, if any?
Like glacials?
Yeah.
I have, where is it? I have 4 left.
4 left, okay, so if that's the case, I will...
Also, whiteout is standard, unless you have something else for it.
Oh no, it is the standard I'm thinking about.
Yep.
Times
Nice hardest
4.
move.
Yep. Alrighty. In that case, the only thing I can do... why is the range not in here? Why do you do this to yourself, Jack? Medium. Alright. I will move over here, and at the end of my turn, I'll do an immediate action to close wounds mass on Ow. So it'll eat my Swift for next turn. Which does have dice in it.
You're doing who and the what now?
So at the end of my turn, I'm then going to do an immediate action to heal Ow. So it would eat my Swift for next turn.
Isn't close wounds in response to damage?
Cures at any range. Immediate action. Oh, after the subject takes damage, you're absolutely right. Ignore that. I was just trying to get more health on. That's me done.
Nah, I wish I hadn't stepped back. Because it's going to go immediately after her, I'm assuming.
Actually, no. That's that text is only if you are doing afterwards. You could do it. You could do it as immediate after.
Yeah.
Outside of
Because I
your turn,
wasn't
so you're fine to do so. It's just if
sure.
you do it in response to damage, they may stay it.
No, he's
Yeah,
trying
that's
to do
fine.
it outside of his turn.
Yeah. So initially I said he couldn't do that, but I was misremembering.
Yeah, no, but you're right. He can't do it. He's trying to do it outside of his turn. He already used his Swift, so he can't do it another immediate during his turn.
No, it's at the
He's
end
doing
of my
after his
turn.
It's like basically during Owl's turn, as an
Yeah.
immediate.
So end my turn, then I do the immediate, and it eats my Swift for next time. So it's this. That is empowered, which is a terrible roll. Which is what, just half again? We're going to take from the dice roll?
It's 9,
Yeah.
so it's 27.
27, so you get another 27, and I eat a bunch of MP, and that's me done.
But that's a mass, so if Siren's missing actual HP, then you heal that.
Correct.
Is that a
Let's see
range?
Oh, never
Oh
mind
yeah,
then.
no, he's out of range, and I can't meta magic that. I need to save a bit of MP.
Oh, yeah.
You also can't make magic with that part of it.
Oh, that's true, because it's immediate.
It's an
Ignore.
effect range.
I've also not lost any actual HP. I've only ever lost temp HP during this fight.
Then you should have like exactly 10 temp HP, I think.
Oh, I need to double
Because
check.
we went through and we went over this.
Yeah. You should have
Okay.
that.
Jester, you will heal 27.
Just you'll
Unless you
also get 10 temp HP, which I'll activate as a free action with Vigor. Because you can do that, can't you? For those spells. If
Does
not,
it
I'd use it
say
on the
it's
heal.
Free action outside of your turn, because normally there's going to be none in your turn.
Can't you do it with the heal?
I was going to say, if I couldn't do it on that, I'd do it on the heal.
Yeah, sure.
But that's it. Yep, it's just a extra 10 temp HP. I'll shut up now.
Al, you are alive and slightly healed, but a bit weakened because you're both fatigued and also got the negative energy.
Can't fix that shit yet, but I will do.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really do much at the moment. Just checking my bag, seeing if I can grab anything out.
Just got a mega potion lying in there, yeah?
If I
Or some
like.
chocolate?
Yeah, I wish. Unfortunately, I think Edwin has pretty much all of the alchemical bits.
I've got some, not everything.
I'll just spend a round rifling through my bag to pick out an iron draft and drink it.
Good choice.
Alright.
It's my only iron draft, so have that for a minute.
Goes to the dragon. They're gonna 5-foot fly forwards and land slightly on the wall. It has a climb speed, so it's fine to be there. Is then going to speak. My dear little Naga, shut your eyes. Lie still, lie silent, utter no cries. As the dragon slayer, brave and bold, paid in ingots of gold. Its muscles, or at least that's what remains of them, engorge yet again.
Okay, we're gonna have to unpack that if we survive this.
I think we're gonna need a script after this fight's over.
I gave you the previous one, but yes.
Yeah.
We've got most of it.
Is then going to let loose on Zaira.
Yep.
Are you parrying or no?
No, I'm not gonna parry this time. It's not really worth it with my AC up all the way.
Alright. You are going to be hit twice with a bite, and it's only claw it has, as a dog runs around in the background, for
Yep.
42.
So that's going to be down to 22 from adamantine, right?
Yes.
Okay, so minus 22.
I thought it was by passing adamantine DR.
Nope. Never said that.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
I did something.
Yay.
The only thing for the DR that didn't work is when it sundered it off of Al.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. That was a thing.
Yeah.
And it goes to Zaira.
Who is going to 5-foot step up and use his temporal point.
As you do that, the dragon's going to attack you.
Oh, okay.
Unexpected strike.
As you move closer, the 5-step closer, is going to bite you again. 25.
Ooh, okay, that changes a little bit.
Just remember, you got 10 reduced from that.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that again.
And if you do have
Immediately.
10 HP from the earlier vigor, that would have still been in effect.
No.
Alright.
Okay, so 12, 40, or no, 62. So yeah, I'm below half. So I can limit break again.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't parry. If it is
Yeah.
going to be a swift one.
Oh, but okay. So that means I can't use my regular swift action for my temporal points, but you know, it's better to break the time. Also, I should take off lunge so that that's not on there. else. That's
You also only have blessing on AC, not on attacks.
right. I never actually put it onto attacks. I was just adding
Ugh.
the plus
Wow.
afterwards.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Let's see how it is.
Well, I didn't want to change the buff, so like it was already there, so I didn't want to like add more to it. Just have to take
I
it
just
off.
have them all as box, and then I just tick on the box that's active.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably work too.
It's all good.
Okay. Time break.
Look him up.
No bonus. Come on, Jesus Christ.
God, what happened?
3, 11, 10. I just rolled bad.
Oh, I was looking at the damage. I was like, Christ, is that more ones? But no.
You let loose a flurry of quick blows, however, none of them will hit.
Okay. It's 149, right? So I have one more limit break.
159, yeah.
159. Okay, well, that's garbage.
Is that it from you?
That's it.
Drazenka?
Swift, keep the AC on Siren.
Nice.
I'm going to throw another Blizzara at him and use a point of fate to boost the AC, the DC. What am I talking about?
We give him more armor.
Use his AC.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Blizzara, let's go. The DC is correct. So 20.
Nice.
He will fail his save.
Let's
Nice.
go! In
And he's
peril!
imperiled.
Let's go! I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Woo!
Good roll for
Don't
damage as well.
ow. You're alive.
It's alright.
It's pretty good.
It's exactly average.
Oh, yeah.
Could be better, could be worse. I'll take it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we're pretty bad at damage rolls at the minute. Take what we can get.
I wish I could just hit something. That'd be nice.
Hey,
That's not
everyone's
your
got their
job.
weaknesses.
Your job's AC, a lot of it.
Yeah. And it's still not doing that much.
Yeah, I think you'd be dead by
A lot
now.
of his attacks.
Sorry, Jenga.
Is that it from Drazenka?
Is this all
Is that like
difficult terrain?
attacks?
The bridge is not,
Okay, but still.
but the rest of it is, yes.
I think
The
this
bridge,
is as
the
far as I can
stairs, and the
move.
platform is not, but
Yeah, I think that's about as far as I can move, so here I am.
Edwin.
Alrighty. I will drop Blessing of the Faithful. Let me just double check range. Because I'm not sure if you have to be within a certain distance.
You used your immediate.
Yes, I did. So I can't use Swift. Thank you for reminding me. In that case, I'm going to hold my... Oh no, I'm not. I think Al needs to become a dragon, don't I?
So I'm trying to make my way over to her, but it's difficult terrain.
I can do that from here. I'm going to throw an Asuna at Al. Which will fix your fatigue.
Thank you.
That's standard. Move-wise, I want to stay here because I don't want to get breathed, but I also don't want to get attacked. That's it. That's what I got.
Ow, you don't look a few tired, but there's still a massive dragon in the sky.
Problem is, turning into a dragon in where I am now, and it requires a full round action, so I'm still going to be prone as a dragon. Yep, that's all I can do. So.
So you're just full running into a dragon, yeah?
Yeah.
Bye, guys. It's been nice knowing you.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that. I've got my immediate back. Don't you worry. I'm here to help.
Dargon is going to full attack Zaire.
So I would recommend parrying.
Rolls.
I am gonna.
It's stronger. It's there's I probably wouldn't even be able to parry it right now. It's in its limit break.
Give it a try.
You just automatically parry with 20s because it's an attack roll.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I guess I'm not gonna use. I'm gonna use my swift again for my limit break. So I guess it's worth it to try. 5 attacks.
5, yes.
Nope.
Just something's gonna happen. I may as well use it now.
I've rolled so many ones today. It's saddening.
Okay. His first attack will miss anyway, as will second. Sadly, the highest roll that you got in there, he rolled enough to hit you. The last 2 will miss. It'll hit you once, 19.
So 9.
9. And then you heal for 20.
Okay. 1 second.
I'm eating my MP here.
Zaire.
Yeah, he's gonna use his final limit break. And no change to anything, so just time break. Come on, I've rolled so many natural ones. Please, 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 please give me 1 natural 20, please.
You need to put your PC in the moon.
I rolled a 13 is the highest.
To be fair, it's 2 AC monsters fighting each other.
Alright. 1 second.
Doing pretty good though.
Those missed.
To be very clear, most of us would be fully dead at this point, so you're doing very well.
Drazenka.
I mean, it's the biggest thing I can do, and I wanna help her to fight along, so another Blizzard at this guy.
Nice.
And I'm like, burning another point of faith.
How long does this peril last?
5
5.
rounds.
5 rounds. So I rolled pretty good on it.
Nice.
It's good damage.
Oh, that's good damage.
The
very good
DC is
damage.
correct.
Die, die, die.
Sadly, he is going to save.
CH.
So I'm gonna get Al back up here in a second.
Still do quite a bit of damage to it.
What's that do? 30 now?
It's a good chunk.
Then I'm gonna think that I was actually up. Gonna actually move back closer so I can throw another blessing on Zyron for AC.
Okay.
It sounds like you need it.
Yeah, it's
Tough.
rough.
Hey.
Hey,
Dragon.
Edwin.
Okay, I'm gonna do some shenanigans. I'm gonna move to here. I'm gonna cast Rescue on Al to pull her to where I am, next to me.
Nice.
So
Oh,
she doesn't have to worry about the rest of that. And then,
I'm assuming that still just pulls me to, doesn't stand me up or anything.
yes, what I am going to ask you is, do you want more health, or do you want me to use a hero point to lift you off the ground?
Health. I'll die. Instantly.
Health. Alright. I will then swift action. Oh, you actually have AC now, don't you? Like, it's not terrible
Not the worst,
anymore.
but it's not great.
Okay.
Better.
Pretty better to put Blessing of the Faithful on you. Oh no, I can't. I use my immediate. Ignore me. In that case, I'm just going to use my hero point. That is the last one I've got. It goes bing bang boom, gone. For an out of turn action, just before Al's turn, so I stay where I am. And I'm just working out which one's going to be best. Yep. To cast Kirago. So that'll be 46 healing for everyone who cares about it. It's 30-foot burst. Yeah, and I will, as a free action, activate Vigor on that. I'm getting low on those, though.
You said 46?
46 actual health, and then 10 temp health. But that's me done. And my hero point out. And a lot of MP.
Okay.
So, Al, you would get 46 plus 10 temp.
So I
Was
We're
that
not
stacking
using
the
the
other
healer's
10?
blessing.
Hmm?
We don't have a healer's blessing on that.
Al would have healer's blessing on that because they were below half. 60.
Does that also
I
stack
keep
with your other temp HP?
no.
So it's still 10.
The temp HP thing's separate. That's always 10. So half of that again is
Healer's
23
blessing
extra.
doesn't require them to be below half, it just increases it by half.
I thought we said it was below half.
No.
Oh no, increase the amount of damage. I guess yeah, so it would just be increased by half. So it'd be
69.
69 exactly. Wait,
Nice.
and that's me done.
Ow.
I will stand up as a move. And
No,
That's halving it, not adding half. It's times 1.5.
yeah, it'd be 1.5. That's fine. Just working out a being here. Cool.
and I guess you're just 5 foot to here. I'm gonna get attack opportunity if I do that.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, I definitely will. And it's gonna be its turn. Al's gonna stay where she is.
Full defensive.
Al's got a 5 foot back.
That's had enough.
Al's coming back in, but she's just not. No, she's not. She's gonna stay where she is. She's staying exactly where she is.
Good, go full defensive.
Full
Yeah,
defensive.
she
standard
will
action.
go full defensive.
That's not a bad shout.
That's plus 6 to your AC, I think.
+4 normally, unless you have ranks
No,
and whatnot.
Yeah,
No,
+4.
yeah.
So my AC is 29.
Alright.
Yeah. Mine's 45 and it's still whooping on me.
Shut up. That's your job.
Give
Your
us
job
hope.
is to be able to not be hit.
I mean, it's working out pretty well so far.
The dragon's gonna lay into Zaire.
Remember, you have temp HP. You have adamantine. You have adamantine.
Is a parrying or no?
Nope.
Alright. He's gonna hit you 3 times.
Damn.
Does your
For
limit break
6.
do anything here?
What?
Does your limit break do anything here? Because it's still being effect.
He
No,
attacks an
it's
attack.
it's tax. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I get extra damage on my attacks. So 60 is going to be down
32.
to 32. And temp first, so it's already in there. Okay.
Is then going to 5 foot fly to here.
Oh, that's
That's breath
That's
prep if I ever saw it.
Motherfucker.
Zaire.
Get following step. Jump off. Stab him.
alright, well, first of all, going to be doing lunge. Hold on a second. Yeah. That's it. Okay. Alright, so lunge is ticked on. I'm going to use a temporal point. And I'm going to just do a regular 4-round attack. Nothing. Cool.
Still good. Holding its attention.
They all miss. Drazenka.
Same thing with the Swift, keep it on Siren for AC. It's gonna be my last Blizzara, because I'm almost out of MP. Still have Fate, so I may use that again for the DC.
Nice.
Come on, fail.
Is gonna fail.
Nice.
Good.
60.
As the dragon is hounded by icicles all around, its body will start to freeze over. The ice then quickly falls off of its body as the scales and sinew start to melt to the floor. As the dragon's body continues to melt underneath, you can see the Gria beneath as its body falls to the ground. As it dissolves, it speaks within a draconic tongue until going into Gria and then eventually disappearing. They'll chop and slice you, gasp and dice you, poison your whole hearts, poison your hearts. And as it falls into the ground, all you can hear is the clinking of items hitting the stonework as the muscle and dissolved mess soaks into the moss and almost wind-like energy flows into the stone tablets behind you.
Zion is just gonna plop onto the ground and lay down.
Yeah, I
Everybody
think
right?
we'll. I think so. Let me try something. And I'm going to channel surge to basically do a channel energy with 50% extra. So that is 28.5. 28 healing for everybody.
Oh, that's not.
That's the other way.
I just.
You
made
can
it
take damage if
28.
you want to.
That was certainly a difficult encounter. Now, are you well? I unfortunately can't do much about what's befalling you at the moment.
As well as I'm gonna be.
If I can... It's going to take some time, but maybe I can figure out a way of helping you. I'm sorry. Well, we're all in one piece at least. To answer your question, Zenka.
Hang on, I'm just gonna come over here and absorb the dragon soul. Let my dragon word of power.
Your dragon word of power is twofold, as it reads split up.
Damn.
As soon as like the situation has calmed down and everybody's more or less fine, Drazenka's gonna walk over to Edwin and just give him a hug.
This is unexpected.
And pull back and hold his shoulders. Like, how do you feel?
Cold.
Stand near the fire. It'll warm you up.
It's uncomfortable. It's the cold isn't. It's hard to describe. It doesn't feel bad to be cold.
Zaire is gonna pile onto the hug pile.
Please stop. I'm going to fall over.
Not if Falcon.
Zaire hugs your waist, Drazenka hugs your head.
Well, Drazenka's already. It was like more like a quick hug before she let go.
I'm not a hugger.
Mostly it's just
I'm not joining in.
gauge Edwin's reaction to the situation.
Thank you, Al. If you came over here, I think I would be on my arse.
What happened?
Well, you and Zaire fell, and myself and Al were very hurt. And I've been struggling with how I'm going to try and keep you all alive in the trials going forward. And I think you know who gave me an option to find a way to do that. The honest answer is, and I'm going to look over at Al probably when I say this, just because they were there when I did it. I don't think we'd all be here if I didn't make the choice. I couldn't do any of the things I did in that fight before I took the bargain.
And it looks like it paid off.
For now,
Glad you made your choice.
thank you. I'll just have to see where it goes. Putting
Hopefully
faith in
bring you
something is
some sort of
difficult.
peace. You've been conflicted for quite a while.
Maybe. And seeing guidance in something is, well, freeing in a way.
How do you feel about your decision then?
I think I made the right one. My priorities are you. All of you. I think I can put pride aside for keeping you all alive the best I can.
I was going to
I think-
mention that. when this all got done, but it looks like I was just going to go after it anyways.
No, she's
That's
just looking
nice.
over the edge of where the dragon fell.
I'm pretty sure I heard some stuff fall on the ground over there.
Yes, well. You won, Drazenka, it seems.
We all did.
Yes, well. I will say I'm not going to suffer the Mother Superior back home saying, I told you so. I'm just putting that out there now.
I doubt she's gonna use those words. She's not
Really,
the type to gloat.
you and I have very different views of her then. But yes, let's have a look. And thank you.
I will gather the items up and crawl back up the wall. Here, I'll display these items on the table over here. Well, maybe sarcophagus.
It is a
Thank you,
sarcophagus,
Al.
yes.
Better be no Draga coming out. I noticed.
It's a
man. I've played it too
It's
many
Dragon
times.
Priest.
Let's have a look and see what we have then. Don't think I'm quite as good at this as I used to be, but I'll give it a whirl.
Would be 5 spellcrafts.
Alrighty. I think everything's in there.
Still 8 Edwin. I mean, auto make it, so +2 to all of those.
Zyron's gonna go dangle his feet in the water for a little bit.
Just while we're doing this, essentially, Edwin will be saying to Drazenka she'll have to teach him how the clergy works properly, because he doesn't really know. He knows the word of it, but not the spirit. Not yet.
Be more than happy to guide you through it.
Well, Al, I'm sure a lot of this will be for you. This is your ancestral tomb. Although I must say, I rue the day that you can become a creature of that caliber.
I feel like this loot should be equally divvied up. I feel like I didn't do as much as I could. Pretty sure I
You
fell
took the
flat on
brunt
my
of
ass
it.
over there.
You still took the brunt of it.
Alfondra, you have done incredible things. Even before this cave. It could have been any of us dead there. Okay.
God damn.
I like how I got the intelligence headband as I swapped to a different stat.
Nice.
Hey, you can still make use of the skills, yeah?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I want to take that or someone else wants to take that. The honest
Actually,
answer is.
Probably go to Al. It's got fly on it as a skill.
Yeah, I've already got a decent enough fly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's not, don't get me
Well,
wrong, it's not the greatest, but it's decent enough.
we've got some time. We'd have to put these on right this second, unless people have got something on their wish list they want to go for. I'll work on the belt and amulet tomorrow, because I think you can identify them then.
Yeah.
It's more a case of this is what the dragon was wearing, not something that is for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's... I wouldn't mind, honestly... don't get me wrong, the headband would be useful for me, but there's a lot of things on there, like the protection stuff, the ring of like the braces of armor and the ring of protection could go to anyone.
Yeah.
The belt and the amulet, we don't know what they are yet, so we'll have to find out.
The bracers don't stack with.
They're just an armor bonus, so they don't stack with mage armor, they don't stack with actual armor.
Right.
No, but it would mean that you would never have to have mage armor cast on you
True enough.
to use it, which I know, like, you know, me and Drazenka have got clearer mind, so MP isn't an issue to that degree, but it's worth using, and also it's not dispellable unless it's targeted.
Yeah, they can dispel
it's-
the braces, but if they can't dispel the aura.
It's a case of it's a more stable version.
Right. Um,
While else we're here, is there anything like is there a scroll or anything on that table and anything in the chest, or are they not actually there?
There is no scroll there. The chest inside has a square piece of rock with the draconic symbol for Gria on it.
I will pull it out and just check it all over, see if there's any more inscriptions on it.
There is not, but it does have slight indentations on the back, almost as if it is a key.
There's still an upper area to investigate.
There is.
Indeed. And the honest answer is we haven't found what we're looking for yet, have we?
no.
Since you two were identifying the magical items, you will easily tell that this entire area is magical, as well as the stone tablets.
Al, I think your thoughts were right. These tablets have some kind of magical aura to them. Is there any way we can identify what it says or what the magic is enabled on them?
It'd be knowledge arcana.
Would anybody be opposed to me grabbing the ring? I can switch it out for my other one.
I've got no opposition to it.
No, not really.
Go for it.
Does anybody want a ring of protection +1?
Ugh.
Who's got open ring slots?
Holy shit. Okay.
Guys. Buzz.
What?
We've had a near-death experience, they was like. But yeah, I lost a lot of skill points. Skills.
Alright, neither of you three can identify the auras around here.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. To answer your question, Aaron, if maybe, truth be told, I don't know, does anyone else have rings of protection on them?
I have a similar one already.
I've only got one
That's-
ring, which is my sustenance ring.
I suggest Al takes it then.
Just know that
Yeah, no.
deflection doesn't stack, but I'm pretty sure the Quartzer removes any of the deflection bonuses that Fenton normally had.
It does.
Which I think is just an elaborate parry they have or something.
Yeah, I don't get elaborate parry.
Yeah,
so
so-
potentially you
Minus
would be
one.
use
Oh.
deflection. Oh, -1, yeah, works for me. Make it easier to hit you, like you were doing already.
Shut up.
Yeah. If you want to take that out, would anyone be adverse to me taking the headband of intelligence, or does someone really want that?
No, I'm happy for you to take it.
Go ahead.
Intelligence
Thank you.
is no good for Al. She remains stupid.
It would be
Who's got to take the braces?
races. Honestly, would be good on either you or Zyron. It could be either. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to help me or Drazenka that much because we wear armor.
Yeah, I already have armor on
If
me.
I think it's already stated. The braces of armor counts as a wondrous item, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
So it wouldn't
Yes.
melt with my skin like my armor does.
It is a constant item, so it will benefit you in your dragon form.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely give it to Al then.
It would be a good shout.
Doesn't stack with your Kriya form armor, but once you're in dragon form, it should work.
Fine. I'm
Yeah,
never in
it's
Kriya
not
form,
your-
really in combat, so.
Zyron is still holding out hope for a different wrist slot item.
Okay. We'll have a look at those another time. Just to be clear, is there anything else on here, like these scrolls, for example? Are these
No,
more like
just-
set pieces? Yeah.
The scrolls exist. You were away when Al asked. In the chest, Al picked out a stone slab that has the draconic symbol for Gria on it, and on the back are indentations that leads you to believe it is a key.
Oh, okay, cool. Excellent. Let's move forward then. Just to be clear, on the inside of this key, there's not 3 depictions of several animals, is there?
No.
Alright. I think we have some things to unpack when we're out of here, but let's not get too caught up in ourselves here. Especially some of the things that your ancestor was saying, Al.
Edwin, you need to stay in the back still.
Apologies, I'm simply getting ahead of myself. Let's go then. As you know, I might have taken 18 levels in fire. You don't know.
Making your way up the staircase and continuing northwards, you'll eventually come up to another tall stone slab door that blocks your path. With the light aiding you, you can definitely see that within the center of it, there is a square rectangular-ish hole where that slab we picked up earlier could be used.
Do the honors out.
Al takes a deep breath. She takes it out of her bag and inserts it in the slot.
Putting the stone slab into the door, it will click into place and hold there as the stone slab door will descend. Moving through the new doorway, you will come into another chamber. Lit dimly by candles atop an altar, there is a depiction of a dragon almost climbing and melting its way outside of the northern wall. The cave ends on the western edge, and in the middle of a dip down that is around 15-foot drop, you see more of the mossy cobble as before. However, sprouting amongst it are countless yellow and red flowers.
Is that it? Is that the lily?
If we compare like all the notes we have and the drawings we've done of it, does this look like the hollow lily?
It definitely looks like the hollow lily.
Fire
This
is
might
gonna
be it then.
jump down.
I'm just going to take a moment just looking over this before heading down, just how far we've come on everything we've done so far. Just be careful. These flowers can be used for great use, but they are incredibly deadly in their own right.
Well,
Both
I feel
uses
like the only
require.
person that should use them is the person that's researched them.
Edwin, I don't mean to be insensitive, but do you still have the ability to make cures out of this?
I can make my way through it, yes. I still have
That's-
knowledge of the healing arts, just not in the way I used to.
That's good.
And besides, I can call on forces I couldn't do before. Just to be clear, do I know how many I would need?
You need a single one.
And do I need to preserve them in any way, shape, or form?
For the journey you're making back, you won't need to do too much preservation for it, no. It should last long enough for you to get back and make a dose of it, but not much longer than that.
That's fine. I think if Edwin had chosen a different path, he may have made a different choice here, but with what he's done, he's going to pick up one flower, put it in a container. I do have some, capsules
Bottles?
and whatnot. Yeah, I've got bottles, I've got containers in my sheet, and collect it. And just, it's a bit of a weird moment, because I know we just had like a life or death fight, but this just seems a little bit, not anticlimactic, but it's one of those things where they just put it in the bowl and then realise it's done. That's it.
Well,
I suppose.
if we're done here,
Yeah.
let's make our way. Is this actually a chest in the corner here?
No.
No. Fine.
Yes, I know you need to give back your claw. I understand.
You also have to deliver this to your mother.
I do. But obligations exist within all of us. I don't want to put mine ahead, as I've done before.
We do have a dimensional space, right?
Time still passes in there, but yes, we do.
Everyone just walks to the western wall that's a dead end.
Oh, it looks like it's a opening.
No. I mean, the map technically goes onwards, but in story it doesn't.
Okay.
We should ensure this place is sealed. We've come here with noble intention, but let's not assume everyone else does.
Agreed. I'm going to take the stone tablet out, and I'm going to take it back to the village. As it's now got no protector here to protect this tablet, anyone could access it.
I agree.
Guys,
Everyone just leaves, so you need to close the door.
Well, it's got a new guardian. No.
Yeah.
I can't get up.
Through a blessing for skills for you.
Yeah, I'll drop a assist.
Al will also just drop her hand down.
Well, let's see if I can do this.
Or if
Try
anything,
again.
Al's just going to climb down on the wall, and then Zyron can just use Al as like a ladder.
So I'm not going to use you as a ladder. So with a buff to skills, it's going to be +2 to this. There we go.
It's gonna be a total +6, so you're fine.
I didn't like that. Not at all.
I can imagine.
Although, just out of curiosity. Oh yeah, I could have just hopped.
Well, you still wouldn't have because it's a DC of 60 to get up there. So it's a vertical jump.
Oh, okay. I thought it was half, not quarter.
Yeah.
It's 4 times for upwards.
You get back over here.
Return to me, Iron Touch.
They're such a nuisance, but also necessary.
Is it possible for me to take the stone tablet back out?
Yeah, if you pull on the nearby chain, the wall will come back up and you can take the stone tablet out of it.
Al will take it, and she will put it in her bag.
That's sound advice, Al.
You do know
let's
that
hope none of us.
the creature you fought did get absorbed into the area, so you don't know if it will come back.
Possible, but
I also don't know.
always
Welcome back.
worth.
The
Ow.
village has protected the claw for as many years as I know. They can protect the tablet to some
Al, there is
as
something
well.
we should. Question is, there is a thought for leaving it here. The Naga in the village, while we are understanding of them, we don't know if there's going to be more that have nefarious ideas. I'm leaving the choice to you, I'm just putting the question out there. Do you wish to take it with you or leave it here?
You don't know for certain that the creature will come back. If we leave it here, it's just got no protection. Anyone could just waltz in here and take it.
I suppose. It's just a thought, that's all.
Certainly nobody else as altruistic to come here for a cure, yeah? Just take away the key.
Rumors will slowly spread that if people would like to claim their hands on the Hollow Lily, they have to seek audience at Shadowrock Hollow.
Well, there is something to be said about how we found the place. It was
Indeed.
lost
We
for
did.
ages until we got vision from our goddess.
Yes, our goddess. It's going to get something getting used to. But you're right.
Gonna walk the whole way out, or
You're doing a victory lap,
Depends.
right?
But yeah. I think we're just making small talk as we leave unless anyone has something specific in mind.
making your way out of what you could now have a very good guess was Salokmir's vault with the key in a bag. You exit out to, at least two of you, a chilly mountain air. Thankfully, no sound of the flapping or roaring of dragons, and definitely no sight of any in the distance. However, there's quite a bit of a walk back home.
Indeed, we have some places to stop off, I imagine.
Yes, I require to go back to my village before we make our long journey home.
I understand. Drazenka, did you wish to try and see the Vierach again, or do you wish to simply meet them back in Karthurra's domain, if they do
No.
indeed go there?
I'd like to catch up with them and go with them. If we are going the same direction, don't see why we can't go at the same time.
I agree. Well, they may not enjoy our help. I would like to give it if we can.
It is already a big change for
So-
them to agree to leave these mountains. There may be more
Indeed.
changes to come.
Well, as we've learned, sometimes you have to change things to make them better. So, Aaron, is there anything you wish to see in these mountains before we go home?
Zyron will just look to your new coloration. He'll look to Drazenka. He'll look to Al. He says, "No, I've got everything I need right here."
Well, we'll find some good bathhouses on the way home. How about that?
I mean, that definitely would be appreciated, but not necessary.
If we are going the way we came, we might be passing through Emberclaw Refuge again. They had nice
Indeed.
baths.
Springs, if I remember correctly.
We may also be able to find somebody who could just, zap us back like we did before at the end of Karthurra's quest.
Possibly. And I'll need to spend some time, possibly after we get home, learning some different abilities. As I now find myself with not as many spells, which I'm going to have to get used to.
Wait, you had spells before?
I had a thought of pursuing an arcane path, but this is a different kind of spell.
Hmm.
To Shadow Rock Hollow, then, yes?
Well, don't we need to go see the Viraj tribe first?
If we
Just
can
in a similar
link in with
direction.
them.
Yes, at least
Indeed.
try to catch up with them.
Yes, I think you sent them off to Shadow Rock Hollow and potentially onwards, so we should probably head there first.
This direction. I'm not sure if they will themselves stop at any settlements, but at least get a similar path.
Well, we have highly capable trackers. I'm sure you can point us in the right direction.
Just have to find where the tracks start.
Well, we are very adept at finding things.
Is the first stop on the way where the Vizierus tribe was previously then?
Think so. If there's no objections, that's where Drazenka's going to be guiding them.
Absolutely.
Alright. 2 days will pass by the time you're able to get back to where the Vizierus were before. If you wish, you can attempt to identify those two items again. No? Don't want to try?
Oh, sorry, is it spellcraft specific? I thought it was something different.
It is spellcraft identify items.
Sorry. Just think, are you doing that on your own? You were trying to assist?
I didn't say anything, so I'm just rolling them on my own.
Would you like me to help, or do you want to run that on your own?
You have higher spellcraft.
I know, I just didn't know if you wanted to do it specifically. But yeah, I'll give it a go.
I just wanted to roll something. Because I also make the 8 with spellcraft now.
Yeah. That's fine. To be fair, you do have a decent modifier to it, so it's always worth doing.
Drazenka gets the first, whilst Edwin will get the second. As there is a belt of physical might +4 for strength or dexterity, and a diamond amulet, which is +4 to wisdom and constitution, and prevents you from being inflicted with silence.
Physical might for strength and dex. That sounds... Does anyone have that on their wish list? Because I don't, for any of them. The diamond amulet sounds like Drazenka, let's be honest.
I had stuff for wisdom, encouragement, like constitution, but I don't remember which item was which.
But diamond amulet seems... Like, have you got anything in your next slot at the minute?
Not anymore, no.
I think that's probably your best bet. Because that's a
yeah.
very good bonus.
Yeah, but because I currently have +2 to my wisdom from a headband. But I don't have anything on my con currently.
And it also makes you immune to silence, which would stop verbal components of spells.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely worth an option. And these are your people. So, yes, it would benefit Edwin as well, but I think you might be better off with it.
They're not her people, this is the other items.
Yeah, this is from
the dragon.
our people, our ancestors.
Sorry. I'm being an idiot. Ignore me. Well, you didn't get anything from that horde though, did you? So far?
Not yet.
Yeah. So I think Diamond Amulet is going to be for you. And then the belt. I'll be honest, Al would benefit from that a lot. Depends how you guys want to play this.
Yeah, I would probably be the most benefited by that.
Yeah, because you get +2. Like basically, you get +2 to your attack and damage, and +2 to your AC and reflex saves.
I think she would lose health with that too.
Because I think you have a con.
Yeah, if you're a con
but
belt.
I don't think I do, because I think my con belt's only +2. Yeah, actually, I've got the muscle belt, which is
That's
+2
strength
con
and
plus
strength and con. Sorry, yeah.
But I've got a high con anyway, so.
I was going to say 2 points. It will affect it, but it's not going to be like
It's not going to be
silly.
detrimental.
No.
Yeah.
I'd say you probably take that. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, go
Does
for it.
anybody want my muscle belt?
Strength and con. Not for now. Unfortunately, I'd like to be able to melee, but I can't. Unless you wish to stop whacking people with a power staff.
Put it in the group note.
Zoran, your belt is +4, isn't it, for dex?
Nope, +2.
I'm just wondering, in the interim, unless no one else is going to use it, would it not be worth you having that?
A strength and con?
Oh no, sorry, the con.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about the con one. Yeah, I've already got a belt of dex. Wait, hold on. You gave me your belt of +2 dex. Is your belt not a +4? Because it's a direct upgrade. It should be a +4.
Hold on.
I'm almost 100% convinced that you have a +4 dex belt.
Okay, mine is +4. I never changed the name of it on my equipment.
Did you change the stats?
I changed the stats, but not the. Dex.
Also,
Yeah,
I
'cause
obviously
you got
added in
+4 in
the
there.
I added in the XP for that fight we did. I'm assuming because nobody else put XP in, that is the correct XP.
It should be, because that is the same amount that I have right now.
Alright. Who took the diamond amulet?
Drazenka.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Nice.
It just makes sense. Like, you're going to be in...
Yes.
more often than not, you're going to be in
I
a
have
close fight. So, come.
3 headband slot then. Wait, no, I still get to give it because that gives me charisma. That's fine.
Totally up to you.
No, I mean, I'll keep it for now. I'll just have to find something else for charisma.
Well, the diamond amulet is a neck slot, so would the headband not be fine?
Yeah. I don't need to take it off. It's just because it has charisma and wisdom.
Oh,
So
I
the wisdom
see.
part is kind of inert, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, you keep that for now. Like, I don't want to take stuff at the minute.
Just
I'm
find a
okay.
better charisma headband or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'll need to get magical items that actually work for what I am now, but I'm fine. But yeah, happy with that.
Lovely.
But Jasta, saying you went through that dungeon several times, do you remember what it was called?
What, the one in Skyrim?
Mm.
Isn't it Dragon Bridge? No. Oh, I know it. No. It's a burrow. It's a burrow. It's a burrow. It's the fucking Golden Claw quest. Don't do this to me. It's going to annoy me. Bleak Falls Barrow.
Yes.
Hey. The thing is, I've played Skyrim so many times where I've done that one quest and I'm like, I'm bored of this build. I'm going to do a new one and try a different build.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it the way? Stealth Archer.
Yep. Stealth Archer. Pretty much what it always is.
Alright. Making your way to where the Vizierats were previously, aside from a distinct lack of tents or cuts, you don't see much change in the area. Hard to really find the tracks as plenty of snow does fall here, though you will notice that there is a single signpost pinned into the floor.
Go check it out.
For those who can read Ronsor, which I think is Drazenka and Edwin.
And Clearin.
So you do. You three will be able to read on the signposts saying that they are heading east, and they are heading to the place that you recommended. They did not write a name, possibly just to guard against anyone else that would follow them if so.
It's understandable. I'm pretty sure we told them to go towards Shadow Rock Hollow.
Yeah, and that's in the east.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can find it. You did also say they can go to Hallowwood.
Yeah, Hatherwood was like the final destination, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did mention some places that we've been through and by, and we pretty sure we talked about Shadow Rock Hollow at least somewhat. But yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that they've made it on the right way.
Indeed. They've had a long history of being angry and rejected. Just wish they can find a place to call their own in a way that doesn't isolate them further.
I think they may be isolated for some time. Your culture seems nomadic in nature, but I think they're on the right path. And you've made great steps to getting them to where they could be.
I hope so.
Is the party going to continue on to Shadowrock Hollow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Another 2 days will pass, and you will eventually return back to Shadowrock Hollow. It is silent as always, as Al shows you one of the entrances into the basin. Definitely looks like it has been repaired quite a bit since the last storm. Pretty much all of the zip lines have been restrung, and the statue of Shiva is slowly being rebuilt. It's currently up to her waist.
That's something I might do here, but I'd like to see what everyone else does first.
No one else goes first. I'm just gonna try to ask local scouts and guards or anything if they've seen the weird tribe or a tribe of Ronso going by the area.
If you ask around, aside from the Ronso already in the hollow, they have not noticed or seen anyone go through here.
Okay.
Alp, you gonna put your items back with your parents?
Yeah. She will head to her parents' house.
Returning to the chieftain's house, aside from a lack of a slivery fellow, it wouldn't have changed that much. After some minor greetings, you'll move into the dining/kitchen as you're able to sit down and have a nicer chat. Drogdon will speak first. It's been not that long since you've been gone. I take it the trip was hasty and easy.
It was. It's finished. We found what we found. And she'll pull out the claw. And I'm here to return this to you.
Thank you for remembering that part of the deal. Let's go back into safekeeping until it is time for you to take on the true trials to take over my spot. But I'm sure that's going to be quite some time to come.
Yeah. That. Going through to find Soloknir's vault proved its own challenges, and along the way I found I'm definitely not ready yet. I still have some room to grow. She stares at Edwin as she says that. But while you're putting the claw into safekeeping, I have another thing that I think you Well, the village should take as another relic to keep hold of and protect. And she'll pull out the stone tablet for Sonoknir's vault.
Another form of key, then.
Yes. At the end of the cave where Sonoknir laid rest, this key was protected by what we can only assume was an incantation of Sonoknir. After a battle, we defeated and we found this key. It opens their vault, and inside we found the hollow lily flower. My only worry now is, although that incantation just dispersed into the air, I don't know if they'll return, so I don't want to leave this key in that cave with no guardian. And considering anyone could access the Holy Lily, I think this needs to be protected.
It would be quite difficult for people to stumble across the place, but if it is not magically protected, I'm sure it's not impossible. At least if this is here, those that do stumble across it won't have easy access to this hollow lily you so direly wanted.
Agreed. There was proof of campsites within the cave, so adventurers have come across it here and there, and they have tried to go through, but I believe have perished along the way.
So it is not impossible.
Indeed, there were signs of people stumbling across it, but it's hard to say if that was purposefully looking for it as Sonoknir's vault, or if it was just a cave that they were taking refuge in.
Indeed. And the dead guarded it with jealous claws.
I'm sure Drazenka already knows, but the mountains are quite home to many nomadic tribes. Some also take pilgrimages across the whole width of the mountains. It could have been that they just found it rather than looked for it, but if it does hold some dangerous items, there's always someone who wants to excavate it.
That is the impression I got, that it was just a happenstance for most of them.
You say you fought an incantation of our ancestor, though. They still breathe?
No, I don't believe they do. It was very much an undead, gory mess. But as they fell, Agria took form just before it dispersed away. I only caught a glimpse, but that was about it.
It did have a song, lamentation, as it fought us.
A song that is only for them if it wasn't passed down for us. Or maybe there's something else that was lost with time. It's been thousands of years, maybe more, since she led our tribe. That's not a song.
Ignore that. Ignore that. I was pressing something on my sheet. It's. I'm going to look at Al actually at this point because this is your. This is your home. Do you wish to share the song? Or keep it as your own? As they've told us, time has passed.
No, I believe the song should be shared. I'm not one for singing.
Can we just reiterate the song to them?
Sure.
I was gonna say I can't sing, but I could give a basic performance check.
Yeah, you can do that.
Bam. Not great. but it's
It is rather enjoyable.
This song seems to reference a dragon of great fire and bile, and also references a naga. And when we spoke with from Wake, he mentioned a great dragon of great age and power. Out of character, just to clarify, we never found out what kind of dragon that was. It wasn't like a red dragon, it was just a dragon, right? We have a name, but we don't have like a type. From
For
Wake's
the
tale.
one in Yokura's story.
Yes.
You know, at least one of the escapes here, that they are described with scales shimmering like rubies and emeralds, and that they also breathe fire because they did that to the Nagas underwater.
Right, okay, so we do have that. It's just the rubies and emeralds thing threw me. I didn't know if they were like a change, but okay. The Dragon Zero. Does anyone know how they died? Or even if they did?
Nothing is outright stated that Zero's dead.
I'm just asking this to Al's parents and the party as well, just thinking about it. Solokni is... Sorry, go on.
At least from the tales from from Wake, they did not speak of if the dragon yet lives. Only that their ancestor was heartbroken at the events of their fellows being killed by it.
And just to be clear, the Dragoneer we fought in those caves had scales of red and green, and this creature is described as having scales of emerald and ruby, both red and green. Is it possible they're one and the same? Or even that we know that your ancestor defeated a dragon using the Shallow Rock Holly lilies. Is it possible it was Zero?
There is the possibility. The exact year for Soloknir's reign is a bit blurry at this point. Documentation back then wasn't too reliable. But thousands of years would certainly line up with what Fronwake explained to us. If it is to be fact, however, this would be quite a disheartening tale to grant to our previous inhabitant. To know that their ancestor was betrayed by ours.
Seems there are two sides to this. There is this lament almost gives the impression that there is both the sadness of the potential sacrifice of possibly even a Naga to bring this drake down, but also the lack of the dragon. Sort of realizing he's not monologuing, but saying a lot, he's looking around to the other members of the party. Does this not make sense?
Certainly cause to worry. Sorry if this has been asked, but do we know the what kind of dragon it was that Salaknir slew?
No. The only records state that the dragon that Salaknir did defeat, they defeated it by using Dragon's Naught Breath.
Gotcha.
And you may know better than us, but when we departed the Hollow, we saw a dragon of unusual size flying. Do you have any idea what they may be? We couldn't tell its scale type. It was night. But it was bigger than... Just for clarification's purposes, Neophytes, it was bigger than Karthurra, for example.
Yes.
It was bigger than any dragon we've seen. We've seen both Karthurra and the Elder Drakes of Fire.
There have been many dragons in the sky of late. That one in particular I've not had the privilege of spying. You mostly stay in at night.
I see. Then I have some things to work out on our own, I suppose. Thank you. I just didn't know how that poem would be to others.
Disconcerting, as it certainly paints the Bria in a harsher light. But I would hope that all of these tendencies have dissipated with all of the generations since then.
Indeed. And I don't think that this is a one-sided story.
Every coin has two sides.
Indeed. That was all I wanted to ask.
If there is anything to learn about it, at the very least, this is as worrisome as it sounds. We can learn from it to hopefully not repeat it.
Indeed. What worries me is the last part of this passage. But these are thoughts and conjectures. They don't deserve voicing here. Ow, I believe you had something to give back. My apologies
Sure I did.
for what you've done. So, no, I was just saying that you've done what you need to do here. Would you like some time with your parents before we head back?
No, I've done what I've came here to do. I've explained that I'm nowhere near ready to take over Chief. So, Mother, Father, I'll be heading out again to continue my adventures. I'll return soon, though.
Not before you give us a good description of where the vault is, as you say. I need to make my own pilgrimage there.
Of course. I'll sit down and give details as to the correct locations.
Surprised. I would have thought you'd want to be chief.
I'm not
Nah.
yet.
She's too young.
It's exceptional, though.
She needs wisdom as well as strength.
Well, she's already grown tremendously.
Indeed.
I'm sure she'll only keep growing.
Just maybe not vertically.
Just a vein pops out on Al's head.
See? Remember? Temperance, that kind of thing. A wise ruler is known to forgive transgressions against them for the betterment of all.
No, it's second thing.
I'll be outside.
And I'm chief.
Just wish you
There'll be a rule
safe
where no one
journey on the
mentions
return.
anything regarding height.
I should wish you a safe journey back to Hannahwood. And hopefully the next time you come back, not so much as a disparity in your visits.
Yes, I assure you, the next time I come back to visit, I'll remain for a while. It's been a while since I've just stayed in the village. Unfortunately, this time was just a passing visit.
Hopefully there won't be too fewer people here on your return.
I plan to keep everyone here. I won't let anyone perish. Not on my watch, at least.
I meant more for those that are already within the Hollow.
Maybe. Speaking of, where did Frenwake go?
Froawake and I'd say possibly 3/4 of the Ronso seemingly had a group sight. But the calling of their lady pulls them elsewhere, and so they have departed from the Hollow.
I see. And they didn't mention anywhere they were going? Just left?
They didn't even know themselves where exactly their end destination would be. Only that Shiva asked it of them, and they obliged.
Fronwalker also received this message then.
That is what he said. I have no reason to distrust him. They all went together, so I'm doubtful they'll have difficulties on the mountains.
Which
That's not-
direction did they go?
There's only really 2 exits from the Hollow, west and east. They took the eastern exit, but that is easier to get out of.
No distrust intended, I'm just relieved to hear that. He seemed quite worried about not having any of the visions talked about by the other believers himself, so
Indeed.
it's
Many,
comforting to hear.
it's been said that the Naga have no godly visions. It's interesting that one of them did.
Maybe it was in line with your own, Edwin. I see you've donned similar colors to Drazenka.
Yes, this is why I'm saying it's possible, just unlikely. As mine is.
In my experience, fate is more about the individual than how you were born.
I agree.
Shadowrock Hollow mostly follows ancestral rites and tradition over deific magic, but we are welcoming of most other beliefs.
That by itself is an admirable doctrine to follow.
Indeed. And when your ancestors are drakes of legend, it's understandable.
At least legends in our tomes. For they can transform into drakes, but they are not true ones. They are still Gria, blood running through all of our veins.
Indeed. As it should be.
Makes it a good legend to follow. It's relatable.
Exactly. It's very easy to be lost in the mysticism of heroes of light and dragons of wing. Not so much in people who live and breathe.
And for those places protected by dragons.
Indeed. I think we have maybe one more stop before we leave the Hollow Out. Are you sure you don't want to stay with your parents for a time?
Do you not have other people to see before we leave out?
Indeed, your scholarific friend. I believe that they would be happy to see you at the least. She's still mad about the short jokes. Give her a minute.
No, sorry, Chloe, walk in. So,
We're saying that we've got one more stop to
Thank-
do before we leave Shadowrock Hollow, but did you not want to see your scholar friend?
could pay them a visit, I guess.
Entirely up to you. Your choices are your own.
She's used to me just disappearing. She wouldn't exactly be surprised.
Well, you could surprise him with a visit, but that's on your shoulders.
Alright, also before I forget, when did those who received the vision from Shiva leave? How long ago?
Yeah. Indeed, but it happened to be a few days ago, perchance.
I would say close to 5 days ago now.
Which, to be very clear, was at about the same time that Drazenka did the Dance of Deities.
No, it would be about the same time you transformed.
Oh. Whoops.
You spent 4
Yeah, 5 days. Yeah, 4 days coming
getting here.
back.
Okay, fine. East, then. I see.
Is Al gonna meet with her childhood friends before they leave?
Yeah, she'll quickly pay a visit.
Alright. Is there anything particular you wanted to speak with them about, or is it just a background thing?
It was mainly just a background thing. Nothing in particular.
Alrighty. With those discussions had, and before we continue on the mountain trail back, we will have our break here.
I did want to do one thing with the statue, and it will be quick. We
Okay.
can do that after the break.
We can do that after the break.
Alright. See you in a bit.
Alright, we're back. Alright, what is the next stop on the journey home?
Very quickly before we leave Shadowrock Hollow, I am going to ask if we can just visit the statue of Shiva, and without going too much into it, essentially what I wanted to do is ask if Drazenka and I could join forces to try and at least not finish the construction of it, because that'd be nuts, but expedite it in some way.
Yeah.
Like a sort of a convening of power, be it like a handhold or like a prayer, whatever it would work out as.
Or just like spend a little bit of
Just
time
a
to
craft
expedite it.
check.
Spellcraft, so.
There's a craft, just craft.
Just craft.
If you have anything for actually making statues.
I do have sculpture
How's that?
still.
Yeah, fresh and sculpture will work.
Okay. It's gonna be bad. It is bad.
You're there in spirit.
Yeah, very, very new to this thing. But no, that was it. Just to see if we can do anything about that before we go.
You can certainly give some aid to helping in the restoration of the statue before leaving the hollow. And whilst there's not a lot of Ronsos left here, there are still a few that are devout and a few of the Grier. that have moved into the faith have not seen visages of the lady, and they are certainly thankful for your help.
Is there
Sadly,
anyone? Is there anyone left who saw the vision but didn't follow it?
If you ask around about it, everyone who stayed back are the ones who didn't see it. Some who didn't see it
Okay.
also went with the ones who did.
Okay. Just curious if I would ask around while we're helping or whatever or interacting if they have any then second-hand recollection of what the vision was. If they want to talk about it at all.
You can run me diplomacy. The only parts that they really could gather from talking with the others is a patch of blood on a stone floor that had frozen over.
All right.
Could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Doing that for the rest of the day to help with the sculpting. What is the next destination for the party?
We didn't need to go and see the steward's apprentice, did we? So I think we're just heading straight home as best we can. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking from Shadow Rock, do we just go to Ember Claw and then down to here and then take the road because we could summon chocobos from there, or what's the best move here?
Heartburn is going to be the biggest city nearby. We'd most likely be able to get teleportation services there.
Well, the thing is, we went to Harpen from the other side, and then we had to ask permission to get to Brenner's domain.
Yeah,
But we
I think
do
can
have-
get past
It's
that
Um,
already, so
You have a whole month to be able to go over with Brenner's domain.
Okay,
We'll do that then.
and that's an option then. That's fine.
Just so you know, the teleportation cost would be 1,200 gil if you still have it.
I've got a lot of stuff
And I
I can
can-
sell. So, yeah.
Well,
What was that,
I guess
sorry?
I was depends on if we are able to catch up with the Viraj. Then
Yeah,
Drazenka
it would
would
be
like to
good.
go with them. If you want to go ahead, that's absolutely fine. But Drazenka would like to at least try to keep up with the Viraj. And go
I think
with
it'd
them
be better
because
to do that.
she wants to at least try to be with them before we enter Karthurra's domain. I know
Yeah.
Karthurra isn't home right now, but just to help them learn the etiquette of entering a dragon's domain and stuff like that.
that's fair
Which, to be
enough.
clear, that's a very good point, because last time we saw the domain, wasn't it covered in stone slabs?
Stone walls,
I
yeah.
saw it, yeah. The erection, so it could be maybe a good idea for you if you want to go ahead with the teleportation. That's fine.
I'm just thinking, would that even with the teleportation, it's possible that Karthurra has put up stuff that stops that.
Well,
Is it-
last time we came to the Beaston village and came in from there. We didn't teleport straight into Hatherwood or whatever.
No. I think, honestly, I prefer just doing it on foot. I know that teleportation might be quicker, but we do have some other things to catch up with people on the way through. I prefer to do it on foot this time. I know there's a reason to get back there, but so far,
Last time we took the teleportation because of your vision. But if
Yeah.
you think the flower can handle the trek on foot or on Chocobo,
well, that was what I was told. So if it can hold itself to there, I think we go on foot for now.
As long as we don't linger too much, then it should be alright.
Yeah.
But on
So,
that
yeah,
note,
so-
also, I don't know if we want to go through Brenna's domain because I know that the Virus will be going through that way.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're a bunch of people on foot. We're a small group that is able to use chocobos on the straightaways and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
It's just they're very used to hiding their tracks
yes,
and keeping to themselves.
I would imagine they'd probably go down to here then and
Possibly,
take the
yeah.
road. It'd be worth us doing that. Should we just say then for now that we're going to head towards Emberclaw and then work our way down, bypassing Brenner's domain, unless we find tracks of the Vierage. Is that fair?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Because it makes sense. They're ice leopards. They're not going to go into the volcano.
Yeah, also
Fair.
the whole Dragon Domain situation. Don't know if they were
Yeah,
gonna risk
they
getting too
don't
close
have
to. Yeah.
So yeah, I think we do that and then work our way back.
So where are you going first?
Emberclaw, then down basically towards the road from there. So that way. And then I think we just work our way around
Alright.
on the road. Because we can get chocobos and move faster that way.
Yeah.
Outing for the day at the vaults. Some more days will pass as you're able to get to Emberclaw Refuge. And unlike the Hollow, that is severely protected by magics and terrain, the refuge is a bit easier to find, especially since you had met those, you could say, law keepers who wanted to deal with the vampire here. And passing through, possibly just doing the usual checks for local information and most likely trying to keep up on the Vizieras tribe. You will hear rumors that they had passed through here not too long ago, and that they were advised to go through the remains of Proudpolis, as it was now clear of threats, and continue southeastward to So'ern and take the road.
So yeah, sounds like they're going where we plan to go anyway.
So we're kind of following them at this point.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Some more days will pass as you've actually reached So'ern. The settlement isn't too large, though it is relatively vertical designed. Many of the houses have 3 floors to them, the top ones mostly being used as watchtowers and seemingly lights for those on the mountains to see, or those in the desert to find as refuge. The clinking of iron continues to be ever present in the distance as you scale your way down. Many minor entrances into the mountain can be seen all the way to the north and a range of west and easterly directions. A massive entrance seemingly goes to the northwest, with countless carts and rails going in and out of it. Whilst it's not an uncommon sight for people to come down from the mountain, your group is quite heavily geared for the normal pilgrims and those testing their might. So many of them keep an eye on you, more out of amusement and curiosity rather than ill intent.
Any news or sightings of the Virus type going through?
If you ask around about the Xeros tribe, they only speak of 2 Ronsos that did come into the village, seemingly leading a larger party, but the rest did not enter into the town itself. As far as they know, they took the road southeast, not even half a day ago.
All right.
Good stuff.
We're catching up.
So yeah, I think we rest if we need to, but if not, we press on.
You would be resting in. Yeah.
Alrighty. We need to pay for inns, that's all.
You could just throw in a guild each and it's not really about it. At this point, you have so much money.
Fine. Throw in some personal. That's it.
After resting at So Earn, aided by chocobos, your quite fleet of talon, and making your way down the road, you'll eventually come to points where you're at the tail end of the Ronso tribe.
If we're like right about to catch up, I think Drazenka will like try to, like if the others want to rest, you can hang back and she'll try to like push forward. Catch up with them first.
no. Well, the question is, Drazenka, do you want us to be there, or do you want to do this on your own? Normally, we're here for all of our collective traumas, but if you wish to do this on your own, feel free.
And it is completely up to you. It's been a long day already, and I know we all need to rest, but... Well, being this close, I'm afraid I'm a little too restless to just wait till the next day.
If Zyron can follow us halfway across the areas of our continent, because they're our friend, I think I can follow you 500 feet into whatever you're going to face over there.
If you look over to your other side, Zaire, it's just there next to you, not saying anything, just steadfastly by your side.
I'd be more than happy to have you with me then. So
Are you coming
basically,
out?
force marching
Sorry.
the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I'll tag along.
Are you approaching the Ronsos close enough to talk with them then?
Yeah.
Alright. As you get closer to the Ronsos, they can certainly hear the patter of chocobo talon on dirt. Some of them will turn around and speak amongst themselves before one of the Ronsos recognize you and not exactly stops walking, but gets slower to walk at your side. And as you recognize them as your childhood friend, that wasn't as harsh as the others. It's good to see you coming off of that mountain and at our backs. Are you to see us the rest of the way?
That is the plan, yes. I did tell you that I was planning to catch up with you. Took a little longer than I expected, but I made it.
Many of our kin were quite antsy to go off the mountain trail. From what your parents said, the gatherings on the rocks were getting slimmer and slimmer. We possibly only had a month, maybe two, left on that patch of ground. You might be happy to hear, or possibly have no connection to it. The matriarch has been disposed. She is now lower down on the rungs of the ladders. Their social structure is possibly going to be changing quite a bit. We came to a final agreement. There's a lot of bad blood still, and whilst we can't see to restore all of it, we aren't going back to the area mountain range. At least not all of us. We will speak with this dragon of yours, and if they will have us, we can make home within their nicer climate mountainside.
I'll be more than happy to make the introductions. I believe Karthurra himself is away from his domain at the moment, but I will do my best to help you prepare for his return. As for Arya, I will also be more than happy to act as a liaison for those who do want to make amends and possibly return there.
Some of the old ones amongst the tribe will be sending letters over there, possible. And after some correspondence has undertaken, we'll have another discussion about who wishes to stay and who wishes to return.
I'm glad to hear you were able to come to some conclusions. No, it's a big change.
It's changes in different strokes for the people of the tribe. Those old enough to have experienced the outcasting are very vehemently opposed to returning to those that kicked them out, whereas those that have just been born into the tribe and carried it on their backs from birth are more willing to just let it be their parents' issue, not theirs. As it seems you have too.
Well, for now I would be more than happy to help you make the rest of the way. If you'll have me with you, walking amongst you.
Yes, it'll be a bit slower than you on your chocobos, but we'll get there eventually.
That is quite alright now that I've finally found my way back. I have no hurry to leave you again.
With the amount of Ronsos here, you're pretty sure if you used 28 MP, you could give everyone chocobos.
Yeah, sure. You should be able to do that. I get 4 back every hour.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Drazenka can summon up a multitude of chocobo mounts. Mostly for those walking, their carts and caravans have their own to be pulled around, though they are quite a smaller design that we would normally find, mostly just to help moving across the mountainside. Does the party have any other discussions with the Vizier's tribe, or are you just going to continue your way back to Karthurra's domain?
Zaire is gonna look for signs that they grabbed the food that he left behind, but he's probably not gonna find any anyways. But we'll see.
You will not be able to find any signs of that, no.
Nope. Okay.
No need to go into the RP of it, but as we're traveling, Drazenka is basically gonna just try to reintegrate herself into the tribe a little bit. Hear their side of the stories and all that.
Yeah, that's fine. A week will pass as you travel with the Vizier's tribe. Passing through Vulum, you definitely see the place has more than recovered from the previous disease. They even have a new alchemist along with a medic who have cleaned out and moved into the previous alchemist's house. They've also seen fit to have not exactly a checkup, but many people can go to them to talk about any issues they're having, sort of like a GP. Continuing on through there, you pass through, pass by Crowbluff and through Bardicliff. And thankfully, no issues with the Gigai that had been troubling them previously, though it is quite some distance away to the play that you sent one of them to with their friend. And as you reach Moranbury, one of the, practically the first place you stopped on when you set off on your journey, they have mostly patched up their walls and bridge from the damages sustained by the Simurgh Plague. Though all of the brickwork has been patched up by wood, most likely they're going to have to get others' help to replace the stone. From here, even though it is several miles to Karthurra's domain, the closest area is about 80. The stone talents that had been brought up from the ground, however, was so massive and tall that there is a good chance you would have seen it from here, and even did when you went westward from here. However, there is no signs of said earthen talents.
Karthurra must be home then. That's a good sign. And just while we're here, can I ask if anyone saw the girl Cartley? And which direction they went in?
If you do ask around, no one has, besides their first meeting before meeting you, nobody's seen her again.
Okay. Good to know.
Because she was going northeast towards Larkinge.
Yeah, other way.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, my guy.
It was, but it's always worth asking. In case they came back this way, I don't know.
Almost 69 days ago, nice.
We're close to
moving-
our exit.
Moving through Moranbury, you continue on the roads until eventually you come to the turning that leads to the Beastman village. And the closer and closer you get to Karthurra's domain, the easier it is to see that the towns are no longer there. Getting into the Beastman's village, however, you can see it is even more desolate than before. Many of the doors are swinging on their hinges, and there is nary the sight of any inhabitants here.
Huh. I wonder where all the people went.
Is there any sign of where they went? Like, is there tracks leading away? Like, a cart's missing?
Well,
You can
there
roll survival.
weren't very many people living here before.
No, a couple dozen, if that.
Yeah,
Still.
it was barely a village.
How?
Now we need your dog nose.
Whoa.
Dragon
I
nose.
wanna-
Whoa,
I
whoa.
wanna- Ah, there we go.
I mean, she is closer to the ground.
Alright.
We don't need this kind of low blows.
Now, spy around the previous Beastman village. You do see quite a few footsteps that have not disappeared with time or weather, as well as a few lion marks from carts as they head towards Harwood.
Looks like most of them went to Hatwood.
Hatwood. They must have decided to join in with the community there.
Maybe. Well, let's go home.
Yes. Let's. Been a while since we've heard that.
Making your way closer and closer to Howard. From the normal clanging of the blacksmith on his anvil and the chatter of people in the village, you can now hear the pounding of hammer into wood. As on the exterior of the walls, you see a few new homes being built, both by beastmen as well as some familiar faces of the village, and even a new Naga face that you've not seen to this point. Their scales an earthy green, and at the end of their tail, almost ending in fur, as if they were a lion of some kind. With their 4 arms, they're definitely able to hammer several things at once or move the wooden beams around. And it certainly seems like Howard is being expanded.
Well, it seems like there's going to be quite a few tales to share.
Indeed, tales to share and tales to learn. It's pretty worth us speaking to Karthurra first. If all of those dragons were going to that conference, it'd be worth knowing what happened, and, frankly, what that Naga's doing here.
Wow!
Well, no, originally not allowed it, so I'm curious as to what's changed.
Well, we've
It wasn't allowed?
done plenty of situations where individual doesn't necessarily relate to all of their kin.
I agree.
But you are
Just
correct. We
curious.
should try and see Karthurra first.
Let's get over there then.
Is the party heading straight to Karthurra's domain?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, were the walls down?
No.
I didn't even notice when we passed by them.
I did say it like twice.
My brain is just half asleep.
And it's also like Siren being like, oh wait, weren't there walls here before? What happened?
Wait a second.
Yeah,
Wait, something's missing.
the earthen talons that like surrounded Karthurra's domain aren't here anymore.
Okay.
The stone walls of Hannahwood are still there just because they're
Well, yeah.
natural walls.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You would know that it would be kind of rude to take all of these Ronsos at once, so you only take 3 of them with you as sort of representatives.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'd
I
take
figured
people.
like, yeah. Tell the rest to chill a bit and we try to make the introductions with whoever they want to like talk for them.
Hey look, there's the old designer Val.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's how long ago we've been here.
Whoa.
Big people.
Fine. It's when they get pulled on, they're just big. Edwin is just enchanted by the smell of coffee in here, because there hasn't been the smell of good coffee in months.
Yo. Come on. Straight down. Alright. Returning to the mountainside, you enter into the entrance. And just as you want, there is a heavy scent of coffee and a faint smell of tea in the air. The 2 braziers hold within them mighty flames, as you could swear there's a few more barrels here than there was previously. Sat atop their, not exactly throne, but bed, is Karthurra, sipping on a mug that is probably 4 times your size. Welcome home! It is nice to see your journey has brought you back. Please, sit. I'm sure we have many tales to share.
I will find the mug with the tea on it and sit.
Why do I feel like we're at the kids' table?
Because you are. As you can see, my meeting has been completed. And whilst I cannot divulge everything that went on there, it was glorious results. I take it your return tells of your victory also.
Indeed, we were able to find what we seek, and while there is still some work left to do, we also came to you with a request of sorts.
Oh. Let us hear amongst this request. I take it is to do with these runsos you brought before me.
Indeed, they are of the tribe I used to belong to, before I found myself in Hatherwood.
I grant them entrance and domicile.
I am most grateful for that.
They might have to set up their own village in the mountains.
Yeah, Karthurra just basically said that. He just said they're allowed here and they can also live here.
Well, I was just saying that they are granted permission to do so, but like they're gonna have to set up a whole village in the mountains because it's gonna be too warm for them down here. For the most part.
They probably will take domicile within the mountains, staying away from your own domain as much as they can, but they prefer the cooler climate.
That is understandable. There are many places amongst the mountains that are flat enough and lush enough that their tribe shall flourish. Was there aught else you wish to discuss about these Ranso?
Well, I'm sure if they have any further topics, I'm happy to work as representative, but they are independent people. I'm sure they can talk for themselves as well. Kind of look around for those who came with us if they have anything they want to bring up.
The 3 Ranso with you are sweating and also kind of shaking as they look at the dragon because they didn't even think he existed.
Understandable. But that's what, like, if they want to like say anything, they can say to Drazenka, and Drazenka can then bring it forward. But I think for now, just the permission to stay is quite sufficient. It will be quite an adjustment for everybody. I couldn't also help but see that there are more new denizens within Hatherwood.
Yes, I was able to speak with the remnants of the Beastman village outside of my domain. Upon my return, I thought it best to advise them a few more times that being within is much better than being without, considering their previous ill history. I'm sure Zairin is quite happy to hear his previous kin are now closer.
Yes, we noticed on the way in that there were not very many people left out there. Maybe 3 or 4. I was going to ask about that, but you've answered my question, so.
I've also dealt with those bandits we had small issues with quite some time ago. Even if they were to have stayed outside, I'm sure they would have been safer than previous, but not so comfortable.
I know we just got back, but is there anything that you need help with around here right now?
It would be quite acceptable if you were to aid in the construction of new homes for the ones moving in.
I can help with that.
I would say Edwin has no need to feel compelled to do so, however. As you did set out on your journey to do so, your mother has taken ill, and I have done what I can to soothe her pains within your own house. I take it you've brought back the item you were requiring.
Indeed, I will be going there immediately after this.
I have no doubts of your capabilities as a healer. However, the healer has a bit more context, or rather, a different context, looking upon your garb and seeing that aura that surrounds you. Is it a welcome and fortuitous turn of events that you have accepted the same fate as Drazenka? Or is it something you wish to be removed from?
Quite the question. I don't have an answer for you at the moment. I feel the pull of both. But I do not wish to give up questions. I also don't wish to give up the powers and the abilities bestowed upon me by Shiva that kept us all alive. So I will be as I am. Thank you.
Acceptable. Just know the offer is there if you wish to be aided in the removal of other such influences.
I appreciate your concern, Karthurra. Thank you. While I have you for a moment, what do you know of the dragon Nera?
I take it you mean Zero.
Zera, sorry.
That is not a name I have any recollection of. I apologize. It's not always the etiquette to get out names when meeting other dragons.
Is that true?
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Well, what of his description? From what we know about this dragon, he lived quite a long time ago. Was described to be of ruby and emerald scales and of fire affinity.
Indeed. And of great size if the stories are to be remembered.
You would know I am one of the larger types of dragons, but there's always a bigger fish, as it were. Sadly, I am only getting on in age. If it is over 1100 years ago, it's possible I never met the fellow.
So, we saw, just in passing, even just a fleeting moment, a dragon larger than yourself heading in the direction I think you were going to. This doesn't fit their description. We didn't see their scales, but their size was concerning.
Bigger than me, were they?
I'm going to look at the rest of them just because I didn't actually see it, but I'm going to look at the rest of the party. Is that fair?
I
trying
think
to think.
Karthurra is still the biggest dragon I've ever seen.
It's hard to gauge in the dark and the distance.
And they were very far away. It's hard to tell. Perspective is weird.
That maybe I've simply misseen.
Do you mention that the dragon was 200 feet?
Yes. It was huge. Like, to be fair, the one we saw was absolutely massive.
Not many dragons that were with us fit that description. I believe it could be a Chinua sylph.
You knew it, Sylph.
Yes, they were amongst those talking.
And may I ask, I see there is a Naga within the village. I take it the speaking of the potential war with the Naga has come to an end. You said it was a good meeting. What happened?
That was one topic of discussion. We spoke amongst many things. At least when it comes to the Naga threat amongst the ocean. That part, it's going to be dependent on your view. You will most likely hear about it within some time, if not feel it. Many of the dragons are to be engaging in the war.
We did meet one of their leaders. And they spoke of a similar thing.
They are getting dragons of their own.
Well, we know some are allied with them at the very least.
We know of at least 2 dragons in their employ. Minds corroded by magic and scales turned to bone.
We met one of living flesh, at least for a time. Herrickstram.
That's one. An annoying whelp that always felt they deserved instant reward. They would rather take a city rather than make one. That is not how it always works, especially if you take it by force.
What of the other dragon?
I do not recall the name. I just know it was quite adept at lightning magics. Quite odd for something beneath the ocean, but I guess could be combined to devastating effects.
I take it Giver Intent is also engaged in this endeavor. The war, I mean.
No, not in that fashion. Giver Intent is to be keeping their domain safe, and also making it so Leviathan would not be enraged by the wars of the ocean. They are a temperance.
I see. And I'm sorry, but we met quite a few dragons. Does anyone wish to take over from me here?
I'm happy to just relax and be home.
Now, dragons are your forte.
Sorry, say again.
I was just saying, we met quite a few dragons. We're going through them at the minute. Did you want to take over here, or how do you want to play this?
No, I'm happy for you to continue. I was just listening along.
You could ask about the instincts you got. Are you still feeling it, by the way?
You have
No,
that.
she only felt it at the entrance. It quickly faded afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was only a pull. I couldn't do anything about it because I couldn't travel to it.
We did have the connection.
Plus, if Karthurra is back here, then it must be over.
It's still
Well-
curious that you got an instinct to follow it.
Indeed, our own owl felt some kind of magnetic pull to when we saw several dozens, if not hundreds, of your kind flying north.
I can only assume it must be to do with the draconic blood in my veins.
A good summation, and one that I believe is correct. Your kind has a modicum of draconic power within their bodies, the fragments of which possibly heard the call to our meeting. It is a last-minute alarm for those that either forget or decide not to attend.
Were
was
any of
another-
my kind there at
Oh,
the meeting, or no?
No. Too many dragons see you as a bastard.
Fair enough.
I think that's fair, but I see. We met another she-sylph who was dealing with some issues with Naga magic on the way to Brenner's domain, along with Brenner's guardian, a smaller dragon, who remained in its place. I take it she-sylph made it to the conference.
No. She-Sylph is, I guess you could say Ronin.
I do believe she mentioned that she was not planning on joining when we spoke to her.
I thought she may have decided to go along, but then again, her choices of engagement would imply that she has quite a lot of work to do.
She prefers a claw in the pot rather than eyes observing it.
I see. Well, I mean no offense, Karthurra, but I will leave you in the company of my party. I should really be going and seeing my mother.
I wish you well in your endeavors with the healing.
Thank you.
Do you need any support, Edwin?
I should be fine, but before I leave, I must remember something. And I will essentially present the rapier that he gave the adamantine enchantment to all that time ago. I would ask that, while this is a simple thing to give you, it has given me much. And with my current status, I cannot use it. And I do not wish it to be simply sold or fade into obscurity. Would you mind keeping a hold of this? Or at least taking back what you gave?
Something more applicable to your current situation.
No, not at all. I think that every great deed requires sacrifice in a manner.
once you have accepted another into your place, that will not be usurped.
Karthurra stands, lightly stomps one of their claws into the ground as the rapier gets absorbed into the stone staircase. He will then almost snort at you as if to let out a quick rush of air, as you will hear cracking on your back as your stave will turn halfly into adamantine.
You do me great service. Thank you.
If it is to be a continual faith, let us make it an unbreakable one, yes?
I see your reasoning. I will come to you in time, but I do not wish to rush my decision.
Unless something calls me away, which I doubt there'll be for some time.
I will nod to everyone in the party, but Edwin is, to be clear, keep talking to him, but Edwin does need to leave.
I believe this is also a time for me to take my leave. My people have traveled a long way, and it is about time I help them settle down a little bit.
I believe I'll do the same. Sure, Edwin could always do with a hand with whatever he's doing. And Zyron, I'm sure
Yeah.
that's for your parents.
Yeah, and I also want to go support Edwin, even if I'm not helping him. Emotionally, if not physically.
Thank you for your time, Karthurra.
I shall extend a final welcome back to you to our domain. And I hope you stay a bit longer this time.
Well,
Maybe
that's
so.
the plan.
See if there's some odd jobs to do around.
Thank
Gonna
you
help
always.
I'm gonna go help whip the guards into shape too. Ow, you
The
gonna
guards just
come
run
with me?
away from you.
It's been a while since we've been in this town.
Oh yeah.
The sound of construction work continues to be heard in the exterior.
Big
though
owl.
big out. Though the sound of clambering feet is louder, as many of the villagers make their way towards you, either shaking your hands or hugging you, greeting you as you return.
Well, I better go check in with mom and dad before they get too worried.
I understand. Keep my regards off to your father.
Zairin! Good to see you home, boy!
Hey, Papa.
Zira will give you a hug
Ah, you've been bulking up there, I hear.
as he fumbles with your biceps.
Maybe not much strength, but definitely putting the muscles to good use.
You best been getting some good eats out there on the road, yeah?
Actually, I don't think I've eaten in like a week.
What?
Wait a
And
fucking
then
second.
Valid
and then
reaction.
I'll explain to him the magical items that I've got on me. The reason why I don't need to eat.
Magic or no magic, you need some sugar on that tongue. Get in here.
Yes, sir.
Honey, we need some cake.
Zion goes into his house to be treated to delights And I take it Drazenka is beelining to the church.
Basically.
Drazenka.
Excited, faithful noises.
Drazenka, it is lovely to see you return, child.
It's good to be back. I see everything's been going well over here.
Yes, we've had many new faces join our village. And as you can hear the pounding outside, we are expanding. It is a wonderful thing.
Yes, we noticed the renovations going on. We did also already go see Karthurra and got the gist of the situation from him.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussions to be had. You're staying long, I hope?
It seems like. Possibly not within Hatterwood, actually, but within the area at least.
Good. I'm sure we have many tales to share. Has Shiva been guiding you well on your journey?
As always. She has her own mystic ways, but she followed through, as I knew she would.
That is wonderful to hear. And I even have a tale to share. I also have been guided by Shiva in your absence.
Please do tell.
I take it if you saw the construction work and spoke with Karthurra, you know that there is now a Naga amongst us. He
Yes,
is called Irako.
We did spot them amongst the newcomers.
A lot of the guards were quite on edge. The issues of the Naga have definitely been tailed on the wind, especially in Letta. They were about to oust the fellow. He was able to make his way here without Karthurra's judgment, but they were still antsy. And the wind, it pushed me at my back, and I saw the creature. I gave him my blessing and my word to the guards he would prove no issue. And ever since, he's been a delight.
That is most relieving to hear. We did also encounter quite a few Naga who seemed different from the rumored mold. One of them was as well a follower of Shiva.
Well, I am sure you are quite learned in those being different from their kind. From what I recall, your whole tribe did not even follow or believe in Shiva. And look at you now.
It's been quite a journey. And speaking of, I returned with, well, reinforcement of my own. During our travels, we were able to find my people again.
More and more glorious news. You'll have to tell me of it inside. I've got some drinks if you wish.
I'll be more than happy. Well, I suppose it is fine to... I'll be back a little bit later. I'll have to see my people and help them find a place to settle down. They are quite out of their depth here, I believe, so I would like to at least support them a little bit.
Even
But
more
I will-
faces. Wonderful.
I will return soon to share stories. You may also
Of
be
course.
receiving a visit from Edwin fairly soon.
Oh, another one of his academic visits. I'll make sure to get some books so I don't say anything wrong to him.
Possibly quite the opposite, actually. It is not really my story to share, but he has had some eye-opening experiences himself during our journey.
I'm getting so antsy hearing about all these new things to hear.
Try not to be too gloating when you see him next time.
Me? Never.
And I think,
Uh,
yeah, with that, Drazenka is gonna like give a final hug and go find the Viera Chur, like probably just hang around outside somewhere and just help them get settled around somewhere.
You can certainly do so. Is Al just going with Edwin?
Yeah.
Alright. As Al and Edwin approach the smithy, don't really need a sense motive, it's plain to see across his face. Didas is quite sweaty from his work, though it seems like he's doing it more to take his mind off of other things. His eyes scatter around, and he has a sense of dread just prevailing over him. As he sees Edwin, he just drops his hammer on the floor and rushes over to you. Ah, lad, you're back! Yeah. What you said came to truth. Did you get that flower, whatever it was?
I did, Father. Show me where she is.
No, she's just in our room. I've been leaving her alone in here ever since, and the sheets are just drenched with sweat.
I understand.
Didas will lead you through the house, Al tiptoeing at your hide, as you enter into your parents' bedroom. Your mother is still under the covers. You can definitely see that they are almost dripping with sweat. Your mother's face is pale, and at the sides is cloths and water.
Hello, Mother. We'll get you right as rain. Now, let's start. And Edwin will begin to prepare the Hollow Lily, giving a check over of his mother in the meantime, just to see if this is exactly what he's supposed to be doing for them.
Roll me a heal check.
It's not as good as it used to be.
Alright. Placing the holly on the table, you walk around the beds and try and get a good sense of your mother's condition. As you move back to the head of the bed, looking towards the open window with a draft rolling in, you see almost the exact same sights you were given by Shiva all those months ago, with the lily laying on the table and your mother in not exactly pain, but worse for wear. Moving to inspect your mother, however, you got just enough, well, a bit more than what you needed to identify the illness. And your mother has, for whatever means, possibly through curses, possibly through something else, is suffering from scale sickness. As you look over her body, her joints, especially those around her knees and elbows, have been overtaken by black scales. As you look over them, they have pretty much erupted from her skin and replaced what used to be there. The rest of her body is just hanging on in a lot of pain as the scales dig into the skin and muscle underneath. Looking over the mother, as well as your knowledge of the disease, she has about 2 weeks until it gets to a point where there'd be lasting damage. And you know that if it is let to continue for the rest of your deadline, she would transform into a dragon of some kind, but in the process lose her previous self and be a new entity.
Would I have any idea how, because this seems like a very specific thing to happen, do I have any idea what kind of creature could imbue this sickness? Because it seems almost targeted.
There are only a handful of things that could have done this, many that you can rule out, but then you weren't here at all times. Scale sickness is a style of lycanthropy, so she could have been infected by a dragon that had this sickness, a person who had this sickness, or a creature that could inflict a disease. It could also be inflicted by magic and curses. But for what particularly did this, you wouldn't know. It is incredibly rare to the point that you've only ever read about this once or twice in books, and you've never seen it out in the world.
What have they done to you? They will move over to a space nearby and begin work on the cure. Al, are you here for a particular reason?
Just here if you need any support with anything. I'm basically your assistant.
Well, it's appreciated. I'll need some time to put this together. Would you mind changing some of the sheet and dabbing my mother's brow, try and get some of the sweat off her?
Of course. Now we'll move
Thank
over
you.
and do that.
Yeah, so that's the plan. Essentially create the antidote, or treatment. If Al can help out with the more, not mundane, but the more physical aspects of patient care.
Mm-hmm. Give me a craft alchemy check or something applicable.
Could I use spellcraft? Because I am now going to be using a lot of spelly things to create this.
In what way?
In terms of, just because of the changes that have happened to Edwin, he's going to be using a lot of, like, trying to imbue the magical aspects of healing into this cure. So, like, imbuing the reagents of the Hollow Lily, you know, trying to put things into it that would aid recovery, like pouring magical essence into it, that kind of thing. If you say no, fair enough, but that's the intention.
No.
Well, my skills have changed a lot, and I don't have any good ones. What are the options? Sorry, craft alchemy or
It'd be craft
heal?
alchemy or anything that would be applicable, not heal, no.
Oh God. No, I was gonna have to do
You
that.
can boost it with your magic, though. Pretty sure craft is intelligence.
Craft is intelligence, which I don't have as a thing I can boost because I picked loads of stuff to keep us alive in that fight.
If only there was a headband.
I'm wearing the headband, but it doesn't give me craft alchemy.
No, but
Gives
it
you
gives
plus
you an
3
intelligence
intelligence.
boost.
It does. Still not great because my intelligence is low because I use wisdom to cast.
Well, it's just with the craft skill. It doesn't matter about your casting.
Okay.
Just give yourself the blessing for skills.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I could do, which I don't think I can. Ugh. Yeah, the change doesn't help that at all. Didn't know I was gonna have to do it.
Didn't know you would have to make the version.
Well, it was more a case of I didn't know how I would do it. I didn't know if it was going to be a case of I'd use magical abilities to do it, or what method it would be.
Sadly, you're not high enough level to be able to use the spells.
Yeah. That sucks.
Alright. Edwin tries his best to make a concoction from the Hollow Lily. Synthesizing what he believes to be a cure, and certainly not the poison that it is normally used for, you administer it to your mother. Sadly, there is no instant relief, though it is possible that it's going to take some time. After administering the medicine, however, it is mostly going to be a waiting game, as well as just to tend to her as she recovers.
Yeah, I'll be spending the time basically. I know it probably won't have the most immediate effect, but doing things like casting cleanse on them for magical and non-magical diseases, doing anything I can to keep her healthy, essentially. But yeah.
You doing anything outside of that?
I don't know what else I can do. I'm very much tied to my spells right now.
I mean, outside of your house, are you doing anything in the village?
I think this takes priority. for them. In all honesty, they will probably visit the church if there are times between when his mother's in and out of consciousness, and as long as they are at least stable, because the church is like down the road. I probably will drop in every so often, but the priority will be here.
During the time of this quite unsteadiness for Edwin and the team, moving through the village, eventually it will come to a point where both Edwin and Drazenka will be in the church at the same time. Don't know if Edwin is hiding his current state from her at all.
Probably not. Quite disheveled. Obviously not sleeping a lot more than normal.
Edwin, what's going on?
The cure isn't quite holding as well as I'd like it to be. I gave up some of my ability to craft alchemicals by taking the blessings on, and I'm not the skills I used to be in it.
Really sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do to aid now?
I don't know. I'm doing what I can. Al's been kind enough to help, and Zion's been bringing cake every so often, which has been helping, but... Really? No. Unfortunately, the only thing I can do is pray, which is why I'm here.
I still have all the faith in your capabilities, Edwin.
Well, the only thing we do have is faith at the moment.
I'm sorry I haven't been here as much.
It's not a problem. You have your own family to deal with. Much as everyone else does.
Were you
Or
able
not.
to diagnose her?
Yes. I'll be honest, what's affecting her is concerning in its own right. I'm not sure how she would have managed to get this particular ailment. It's a form of almost lycanthropy, but it would turn someone into a dragon. But in doing so, a very painful and torturous transformation would occur, and they would lose their old sense of self. It's not a clean transition. It's more like a parasitic infection. Which begs the question, how? My mother's a blacksmith. Not an adventurer, not a dragon slayer.
Sounds quite worrisome.
It is. So, I'm sure you'll excuse my appearance.
Not at all. I hope things will work out, Edwin. Truly.
We must have faith they will.
She's a strong and stubborn woman. I'm sure she'll pull through.
Indeed, the stubborn is definitely carried through. And I have to have faith. I gave up what I had for this. I wanted to keep you all safe. And I think this has the possibility to help her. I just need to find the right way of doing it.
Well, you're the one who always taught us patience in the process of healing.
Yes, well. I suppose we're going to have to ride this one out, then. And thank you for speaking to the Mother Superior. She hasn't been quite as insufferable about this so far.
She is quite capable of reading the room.
She is, but honestly, it's a little bit refreshing to have someone who doesn't look at you like a kicked dog every so often. They just be as they are.
I know I have been in and out of the village quite a lot recently, but if you ever need anything, I will always be here for you, Edwin.
I know. As you all will. And are you? And they will put a hand on Drazenka's shoulder. I'm assuming we're kind of at prayer at this point, or close to it. Somewhere in
Yeah,
the
like
church.
sitting at the pews or something.
Yeah. But you have your own family to look after. And I know that you need to. You've only just found them.
Indeed.
So, keep at it. They sort of scratch the frozen wounds on the side of their neck and temple from where Hoekstram killed them, which is still frozen over. And we'll just say to Drazenka as they finish up, I do mean that. If you need me, I'll be there. I won't forget what all of you did to get me where I needed to be.
I know. But do take care of yourself as well, Edwin.
Well, I'll be a very good healer if I didn't look after myself.
You do realize what you look like, correct?
Fantastic, I'm told. By myself.
Have you seen a mirror recently?
No, I've had them removed.
Understandable. No, jokes aside, I do mean it.
I know. And jokes aside, I understand.
As you two are praying, give me a will save, please.
Where were you, like, 5 minutes ago?
As the pair of you are in deep conversation as well as prayer to the Lady of Ice, Edwin's mind is still a bit string theory in a way. Everything's all mumbly jumbly, wibbly wobbly, with many things going through your head as you try and piece together previous alchemical and medicinal knowledge you used to have. Whilst Drazenka, still ever fervent in her belief, possibly bolstered with Edwin's change, you will feel that there is a slight cool wind on your shoulder, almost as if someone is placing their hand on you and almost pushing you outside.
She, like, almost mid-conversation, like, stands up and starts following the touch.
Are you well, Drazenka? You look confused.
Sorry, just hold on a moment. And, like, she'll follow outside, see where it pushes her.
The hand guides you all the way to Edwin's mother's room.
Yeah, like, as soon as it starts, like, leading towards his house, she'll, like, turn back to Edwin, like, it's her. I
What?
think she's here to help. And just keep following the hand.
Ed will just hurry after. And if I see our war, Zaire, I will mention to them as if something's going on.
I've brought more cake. Where are we going?
Put it in the fancy freezer to the bedroom.
Excuse me?
Oh.
Where are we going?
To the bedroom, he says.
Al just very hesitantly follows.
In all fairness, that's probably what he says because he's not here to think about what he's talking about. They've just had something happen.
Zaire will set the cake down in somewhere cool and follow everybody else.
Yeah, the fancy freezer.
As everyone erupts into the mother's chamber, the hand from Drazenka's back almost dissipates and it guides your hands. As you look over Edwin's mother, if you do inspect her like Edwin spoke before, you'll see the scales around the elbows and knees being the only ones that are left. However, blood is seeping through them at an alarming rate.
Immediately seeing the blood seeping from the joints, Edwin's going to try and establish what the hell is going on.
Is the hand like guiding me to like do anything specific, or it's just getting my attention to those wounds?
It feels like it is guiding you to grab onto those limbs and then channel.
Yeah. She'll then do that.
I'll mirror the gesture. And
It's a
I'll
good
put
thing there's
absolutely
4
everything
limbs
into it.
for 2 people.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
If it helps at all, I will be surging this.
As Edwin and Drazenka grasp a elbow and a knee each, you let loose your channeling energy. As it flows into the wound, the room becomes cold, even to Zairin and Owl. A whistling of wind comes in through the window as the scales almost flake off in your hand. You feel as if several ants crawl across the mother's skin, stitching back skin to skin and sinew to sinew. As the light fades and you take your hands off, an almost mist follows them until it dissipates as you get far enough away. As the limbs are finally reconnected and the remaining parts of the scales have fallen off onto the sheets.
What was that?
You know what that was, Edwin? She kind of like looks up at him, smiling. It was faith.
It must be.
So she's okay now?
Give them a once over. Make sure they're not, hemorrhaging internally. There's no joint damage, that kind of thing.
As you look over your mother, she looks, you could say, fit as a fiddle compared to what she was previously, though another night's rest would see her through to the end.
She's... well. Not perfect, but much better.
Recovery will take time. Do you know how long she was like that?
2 weeks, apparently. I think that after a day or so of full rest, she'll be back on her feet. Going to have to hide the hammers from her.
That is a long time to be bedridden and in pain. But she should be on the mend now.
And I'll be here to ensure anything that can be done will be done. I may need to learn some magics from the Mother Superior. Ensure that any damage to her muscles or internals are fixable. I can't do it with my current skills. But yes, you're right. It seems to have worked. We should probably have that cake then, Zyron, seeing as there's a celebration to be had.
No, we need a better cake. I'll go talk to my mom.
Just in case the cake is too big, all 4 of you might want to go gather it together.
I think that might be best. I think you've got a particularly comfy armchair, Zyron, if I remember correctly. I may make use of that.
Sure. I'm gonna help make this one too.
Yep.
It is
There
a
we
good
go.
idea to let your mother to rest a little bit.
Indeed.
There's a lot of people in her room at once.
And thank you all for everything you've done.
Always.
Mom! Mrs. Smithson is doing well. We need more cake. I want to help this time.
As the party make their way over to Zairen's house, everyone can roll perception. Zairen, you might want to get a crit on this. Nope.
That's
Yeah, I got a crit on it.
Zaire's
You got a
house
kind
just
of crit.
disappeared out of
critical
existence.
fail is a critical.
Zairen's eyes are just full of cake. It's like one of that messy eater from Matilda, his face is just covered in chocolate.
He is
Don't-
hyper focused on what he's focused on right now.
Cake.
As you four make your way to Zairen's house, Zairen being the leader, possibly not being able to see this at the head of the group. Surprisingly to Al, though not as surprising, but still a sight to behold to Edwin and Drazenka. As you look to the ground, you see the normal shadows cast by the stone walls, with every so often a rectangle a bit higher than usual for the battlements. However, atop one of the shadows of the battlements, you see a woman sat atop it, almost kicking her legs outwards in glee, as if they were a child. And turning to face the battlements, you see no such figure, and if you look back at the shadow, the child depiction is gone.
Do we have any recognition of who that was?
You know exactly who that was.
It'll be down to what your characters would believe.
And sorry, it was a childlike figure on the walls that disappeared as soon as we tried to really look at it properly.
Yes.
Any kind of like racial configuration that we would be able to tell, or no?
Humanoid female.
Okay. Was that who I think it was?
So you're telling me you saw it too?
Yes, I did.
Who do you suspect?
Possible it's Cartley.
Vampires don't cast shadows.
Damn.
Definitely not Carly.
That would have been like my guess otherwise, but yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Carly's.
But I also know.
Shiva has been known to show herself as a child.
Yeah, okay.
That was the
Right.
other check.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the
yeah.
other one.
I wasn't fully aware of the child version of it, but yeah, that makes sense.
Then it must be Shiva.
Divine intervention.
She was the
What are you guys
one who
doing
brought me
back there? Hurry up.
coming.
I must say,
He's as blind
She's
as a
given-
bat. You know he didn't see.
no, he didn't. I think we may be in for something. I can't imagine. Frankly, I've never read anything about Shiva being so involved with her followers. I think we may have something.
She
we need
is
to do.
completely involved in her followers.
She has
She was
been.
like-
Yeah.
She was like in the top 5 of deities that will interfere in some way.
Right. Okay. Maybe I'm thinking about something slightly different. Then that's on me.
I mean, even part of her lore is that she often makes trips to her followers.
Fair enough. I'll leave that alone then. I might be
She
getting
won't
mixed
do
up with
anything
like
massive, but
no.
One of the reasons I picked Shiva for Drazenka.
Makes sense.
But also Ice.
Also, ice. Ignore that then. Well, it seems we have a cake to make. And a debt to pay.
Seems like there may be more divine intervention in your lives yet.
Well,
says
or
Al, who
divine.
also saw it.
Never know, you might become
I live here.
a white dragon.
If you're sticking with us, might be seeing more of her yourself.
I believe in physical copies. That was a mere shadow. Coincidence, maybe. Something blowing in the wind.
Mouse sneezes.
Whatever you choose to believe.
Indeed.
I believe physical matter. Things I can physically see with my eyes. Shadows cast from the light. From a physical
That you
object,
can-
but when we looked, there was nothing there.
Perhaps you didn't just look fast enough.
Or maybe you've simply chosen not to see. But
Perhaps.
That is interesting coming from you, Edwin.
I trust my
Yeah.
senses, though.
it is. I know where I've been. But Zaren's right. We have a cake to make. The possibility of more influence on our lives, and well, tomorrow to look forward to.
Agreed.
Very true. She will call if she needs us, but I have a feeling for now she will let us have a calm time for ourselves. Has been a long journey.
Psych! Massive war. No. It has. And I, for one, could certainly do with finding out exactly how all this works, at least for a day or two, before we get thrown into another crisis.
Well, whatever comes. I'm happy to have you by my side, Pratya.
Another thing I'm going to have to get used to. I'm glad to have all of you. Sister.
Is 17 eggs too many?
Oh my god, please someone save the kitchen.
I was just going to walk in. Sounds about right. Good protein. Maybe a few more.
How big do you want to make that cake?
How many bags of sugar do I need?
I see hearts of...
I ask again, how big do you want to make the cake?
Are
Yes.
these 3 bags of flour enough?
Ow, are you trying to make a cake for the village or for us?
I don't know. Ask Edwin's mum. Wait, no. Yeah. Go and ask Edwin's mum. Zyron's mum will make it. How big does she want it?
I'm half my mother, I'm saying not that big.
I don't know. There's a lot of Xeraths
One
out
less
there
bag
that need
of
to be
flour.
fed too.
Right, you know what? The kitchen is not my domain, I'll leave you 3 to it.
You think the kitchen's my
Zero.
domain? I'm just carrying stuff.
Zero just comes out of the pantry with 2 jugs of milk.
See?
Excellent.
He knows. Al's just going to chuck
That's-
a bag of flour at Zyron. Here you go, you catch.
Reflex save?
Perception check, see
Pretty
if it's coming at
Trying
you.
to catch it or avoid it.
Yeah.
Reflex save.
You matrix dodge out the way and it flies out the window.
I was trying to catch it.
It's a passing pedestrian.
Shazira, Zyron didn't catch it. Now you've just wasted a bag of flour.
As they're like, quote unquote, baking, Drazenka is gonna clean up after them as they go.
How much does a bag of flour cost? Is it more than a gold?
A few gross.
Or a gill?
Less than a
Gill.
gill. Jesus, that's expensive flour.
Or a lot of flour.
It's top quality
We're
for Edwin's
adventurers. We don't really have a. I before becoming an adventurer, I never had any real
concept of money.
financial concept. So like everything that I buy costs so much money. I'm like, a gill for a bag of flour? That sounds fair, right?
Just a big
Yeah, that's like a big bag of flour, like straight from the mill, not even parceled out yet. But I didn't know that.
As the party makes their cake, the following day, Edwin, you can visit your mother, maybe with the rest of the gang, and find she's made a full recovery. The aid from the the hollow lily flower, not the flower you threw out the window, seemed like it was only partial, as you recollect your knowledge fading away from the alchemical side, though thankfully Shiva intervened in some way. And with a lot of time to decompress in the village, it expands both on the exterior of the walls and into the mountain, as many months will pass until anything else will happen here, as we will end the campaign here. Or at least this
Thank you.
adventure with it.
Thank you for running.
Can I ask one question because I forgot?
Maybe.
Shevas ever respond?
To the letter.
Yeah.
They will do.
Okay. Because I was supposed to ask, but there's a lot going on. I forgot.
It's more of a case that kind of repairing is going to take a bit longer time.
Yeah, but like to the very initial letter that.
Yeah,
Drazenka
they are
sent.
in communications now.
Yeah. Okay.